And that being the 20th day in December, and say in the next 5 days, God willing, on my said Yaja Tumu, we are singing no. Yan ye brunya, ibedi as Christians and believers are believe in the Holy Bible. Say ebedi brunya. Fi say there some no ne the agina die no. Now breso. Now wo mu a ene we ntie say Mary. Kronkron ni Mary wonyam tin. As obanya mu aduru bosom nkron. There's a few days bi na dan tamu a ehwe ni mu ase fi na kuru ya no. Kosi 25th no de Mary betimi awo ede amayen na afi yenya agenkwa no in a special way cry ya transia no pay me ding this Mike, and of course together with a team led by the legend Idena Bakofia Santinin Michael Ata afi Ata Bodi Rupin Koji Amayen and the entire team no from now to 10 ibinamre na yasom kwanso no kokra eso. It will be a official pine. Very Merry Christmas to all of you. In fact, our viewers, our listeners, my idea, and most especially our clients. Moi, maybe a modern doctor on the eba, Tom Frama, my inya be a day boy, a human hobino. When you mean Coswana on Tremushi, Murphy, official pa, and comma the CEO. Apostle General and Afi Mama Nafi so Command MD and about Reverend no we be the political out in this country and we did high especially on our social political program morning show from Monday to Saturday this so I'm official pa ya so for mo preach wa ha we now so official pa mo amutie ye pa na mo so muntimi enfre ye bu ha utie pa ba rontimi mfre but utie pa bu na ma bu se ohia no aka bi a kire bu abewie program be so afrew no abo aba so ye also correct no correct mo mo bom pa ye tie chi asofo no mo bom pa ye kronkron de tie chi nyina no na me hira mo nyina official pa yinim se twede ampon adaroma obekoso na waka nyina ye ho na afi no de afri adumu akwa adumu bia no etumi so aye fine. So on behalf of the entire team, and now and Ghana to say, I believe say before I could Brunyano, we will be the last Ghana to sign show before Xmas and until we now there's a bit Brunyano and Sana Ghana to say assign Abba from now on 25th in the day. You did Brunyano and this so Merry Christmas to all of you. Now let's start the show this morning with the motivation. On a pay minute didn't come to a say let it go. I said me asame tai kapa but ebu one timasi pa won tiase. Wo twa hye mu bebre no a wagye atum say unya amane nka no how real. Nipa no no wo hu a bibia ne mu nti o free man to operate, free woman to walk around. Ebia na ya adwuma mu asori mu efie abusua mu wo so wona na twema so una na ye ma hyew pressure ekosoro ono hu a onfa ho ewo mu de se obi oye wade a eya asem o ka kire ono tan ene ya oye na enye de nanso jai manenka afi no and we are ending the year from the beginning of the year obi ya wade bi abrante bi a ono ni hye abrabo mu baba obi ya wade bi kofo ka baby awton ade baby a wote wobusua mu maybe obi ayawade bi a wani anya ho. But I'm here to tell you this morning say jai manenka uja say manenka na onya hwe manenka just allow it, forget about it, move on. The only person dey obi a no do akwa of penny na so keto of penny bi ayawade adwuma mu na wo penny bi na say so body bi ayawade bi enya. Just let it go, forget about it. Chamanenka, you don't know when you will die. You unim. Jobia sem so mu na enra se this year e wo ho kwan so e ma nipa I don't know MC a ojambo ma de to so if you have that picture mom blare no na mom fan to TV ni so na enipa nhunu sede e wi asete bet me a blow jambo ama video no de ba enra hohoi kwan so na accident asi na nipa de da form nipa nsate ne nsa no ne nsa ne nyina o nsa no etwa sei na ne nsa te anum nyina da ho na ntimi keka ne ho na bema mu a ebia wo so bi mu so obo no betumi abo ne pa na wada form ontimi keka ne ho a it tells you say oh dwene me ho adwenbone akosi sen you are planning evil against your neighbor akosi sen let it go asam no ka fa wono nya no kre yes nipa de go asa no asam no ka fa wo no enya no kre hwe enipa no enra ya enra na ni agye se nyame na dom we wura the month of enipa ansa da form no already December mu 19 December abusia bra na be hwa de bra Ezra TV Ghana e pese obe hwa de kekere bia no pai on koba me ni wudi me say let it go be hwa de enipa ensa on se nensa no ate ena nensa enum no nyina no e da form ho enipa ansa da ho oluma be 60 years ababa kama menye so kwada ababa we oberu 25 years ababa we onni be 19 years hwamami papa yi be 40 to 50 years ona da ho no ontimi nka no ho bibia kọ okọ enipa doma o mu wuye enya agro anre ya na 19th December 19th December ya I'm talking to you let it go kan na da ho no kan ni bram 19th December ya nipa na da ho sa no enti woni abere hu bebre ba wo se woni adwo chan betwea manate o kwa bank wankwa ama what will you tell your maker amene na twe manson na ma bo no pose beto na du me bo ne dua manawu me poison no will you tell your maker that let it go jamanenka enipa onipa ntimi nya hwebie o ne ho ode no kofo ka no enehwe ne nsa no a ode so ka no seat no okoforo ye no ne nsa ne nyina te afiri ho enre ya na da tv no be enipa dom gu form nyina wu abayi kama hede jense hye no kama fantastic jeans to ye kura nche ambono pa obeto no dum ha ya no beto no fantastic one nice one shirt we a store shirt papa yi oda we ne shirt a store uluma papa yi apa ni mu be 50 years aba wa di material no topam kama eza ko original tele ni so ha no a na ode da ho no so what I want to say ne say so fani pa ho adwen se omu a say minyano anya den a we de minyano a de wa ye ntimi mfa ncha ne da do you know when you go let it go jamanenka de wa na ya mfa ni dia ma wo twa ntrato so ama odwuma bɔ waje wukunu waje wo yere enu akra on social media me hu the late John Ampontua Kuma aje so MP former deputy finance minister na yere Lillian Owusu na waware kama aware ni nie na amanfo ka utimi se eye binom ya you see eye ona maame ni nie ona that TV no so no John Kuma onte ya le John Kuma aje so MP wu last year me boss kromo ane kan santwerefo 9 omo ne John Kuma kɔ nakra na papa ba timi ne ko sia me ne firi kro ba ko oda ho aje so wonwe oda ho wo de firi pa na John Kuma ame be ne pa wu ye I was part of the committee ya te ya ede ya yie but okɔ minsam eya manfo ya se wan twen kura kakra John Kuma wu somewhere March 7th March or 7th March yes and na ye May and this year May ya na ekodi no official da wan twen kakra it means eya manfo ya ono be John Kuma ya omo ya but eya wo ya consider ben because the woman must also move on let it go mame na mane ko omo se ni kuna wudi ya na ya de but we jaya manaka let it go enti won so no dofo no John Kuma de eya wo ya sa na yire na ntwe kakra won so mane nko life must continue. And I pay Emishrao. Now on count. My mention foreman war baby I fear could be say one pim school. Trebu. And I pay for my chow pa na mention Mr. Teku. Omono afi ejato baby ya omo ewo blue light sesane kano na ma ejase omo niam nyina japade ni na ekoye na hu se omo san bomo so akra aye den de na nso nyame behwe mo nyame no eno bekoso ahwemo nra parliament recess nti enei wampi obafie no bedi brunya wi obesan akọ mrepam na enra budget no sika aban no atwa na ewo se oman no ehwe na omutimi agitumu ntimi no kasai oman no amakwan se sika finance minister etwa yeso pese oyusu na fi no yamana kwan se onhwehwe na onfa enya adwuma na ntimi mwa nti appropriation number 2 bill no enra parliament pass 357 billion Ghana cedis ene yetwa yade ebebo man no ho ebra in the next 1 year. And of course adwumafo adie ewmu 81 billion from January to December. Ghana adwumafo die ewmu 81 billion and afi your debt ekaya dia omo amakwan se yemfa sika 357 bi mkotua enso 29.8 billion and also to settle debt. Nkomano doso na otwi mu some institutions also Dombo University afi apenti apiaminka Amstead and also eno ane honkomo enya agro ene me lecturer from Amstead abeba oba benyamre na the change of name and all these things yetime nyamre atime di honkomo. Once again a very good morning afi emonwura mu abusano pay ya tracia the question we ask and it's a Ghana at the same na over a week na huni maybe bronya no shada pempen so enra na me name senator yeah cop baby for a coverage in fact yeah the traffic ma to the point in time no say me car no kra no e je no ho kra na esan echi obi efri ebia baby to say tech na oba adumu a for the past 2 weeks na say ofri be santase na obesne akọ askwa ofri ahonjo runabout ba adum in Kumasi a the minimum time wa obedi so all drive no be 30 minutes. The last time from Jubilee Park I may call Aswanse it took me 2 good hours. 2 hours from Jubilee Park a Chirewono Akwatia line ede kwakosi KTI wayeke ho ede kwa Aswanse it took me 2 good hours na me benefua then I meka Omayno is not looking at say ibenya basesa yede beboa omanfo no enti di akoya ne say Omayno we are living a bit in a luxury life. Dear oya juma onyaska akra bi a onika akra anwena asase so nkoto asase ho onwene so besi da ho the first priority ebe ya ka bi se oman no nya hyehyeye se yenya basisa ebe wano amanipa nyame adom matu kwa kakra mako China mako Finland na okọ China commercial cars no no mfa ka taxis no uhunu bebre sa but almost every ebia 15-30 minutes bia no bus ebetwam enti bus ne ba no wafo bus bia obebi ekọ oduru anu wafo no wasi na we yafo no wasi sa enti no untu kwan nkonkoto se amanfo abochenku gina ho preka it doesn't happen onko Finland enkoto mako Dubai ba hu bisa mako China. You will not go to Beijing and see say amanfo queue say peka omo gina wa omo twen bus ne ba amanfo no mko enne se dwadini ebe dwam obi etu kwan na wo niam a difficult so benya car because won't me van man nko preka no amanfo boma bo twede me mark akese de omonsa ebegina car ho pia magu no mafro car oman ni no bone awaye nyina ne se wantimi anya opportunity no antoka the oman na providing the binti private person na ono no enso operate the transport business no ahomachi and now no pa ofrijo so be kuruma no a charge 10 Ghana cedis onimi so say 7 cedis ofri so for line be kurumu a na why overpricing because enipa na broso the country is not working. We are not thinking beyond the box. Now, there were 2 buses and anka yes state media. There were the State Transport Corporation, STC. STC no. My research let me say 151 STCs. And ananka omano ewo. Eno no say e free bia Kumase Ekwa Accra, Kumase Tamale, Kumase Lomi, Kumase like those long distance. Now boat memufo no. Not the one na adwuma pa kakra no 151 as we speak and pay. The adwuma etimi tuo. We are lolo meba so. The etimi tuo no STC no 50 ne kura no. Understand say as of last week Tuesday na be 18 so nya adwuma. STC na make the whole Ghana by 48 per and a year, the whole Ghana. I Ezra 94.1 FM Ezra TV. Within Edison Mike, and of course we Ghana at the same. And then on Penada Kufor by they buy near Feno Kufor Bas. And then I buy Koni Nya, the Feno Ayalubaka. Kufor Bas now Oko Abreport Johnson, Mamo Kumasi Asi, or Boise. A report Johnson, Oko Tamale, Oko Koforudia, Oko Boase, Oko Dunkwao. Nani na ubenya Kofor Bas ni biako. Ruby, Mommy, I lolo basis. Now, Abusia, Bronya do can't want thing. Greater Accra region, almost say I'm some bases. And I'm catch say I saw on the regional minister's page, Oka say they are working to provide Ashanti region with bases. Okay? By say who nyina no a new video akoye. These videos basis way e go for the chrome STC yard. 94.1 basis here e go for the chrome STC yard. Ni nyina say. Na uko busa mpani for what they will tell you say Mike we na ebi wo ho a na e crotch. Ebi wo ho a na e tie. Ebi wo ho a basis we nyina gu ho. When you know about this anka bas we bakutu na so de emfa baku bia no ma one route kura no at least e be reduce the burden on mine no ye war in terms of transport commuting from one area to another. But as I speak with you this morning, there are more than 500 buses e gu ho ani nyina no asay unim enye obidia e aban dia. Because omo operate transport no, they will not allow this. The intelligence we are picking was that before the past government number and this tenor no, it meet turn for 7,000, 15,000 a complete bus. Ne also being to am scrap. Kakran so aka o so I dem school for. Buses I little buses in. Kakran na aka so ho no a. Ya dem school for. Bronya brain can't me and make these buses available. I was a minister for transport, deputy minister, Docas Amoto Fimo. Is it Germany or one of the countries? Omo showcase you the 300 buses ba. And it's a good idea. But if a man back to say, I'm a man no kaya back of a bias aba. Bus tire senti. Seat senti near pocket bus this war. Now I rejected all these buses as I got only once about. To me, it doesn't make sense. And Thomas, this is the state of Ghana. Man for pray, Mama a doom congestion. A man for a prepare cars will do. Baby, how you struggle to get vehicle. Oh, brepans and when your car, Eddie Akufie. It is not a mistake, say. We are just obeying one ball minor. Not nurse never pojuma. Teacher never pojuma. Assembly never pojuma. My many back around be dija, said about being so epibiato benebiato. Not all qua. Also a struggle to get a bus. A drain you mrea. Obaya hasi and yagro. At times I pity. Is it? I quite lost to say, Nunes was out to car. I didn't hear. And Untiama cars, private cars in appear this December. No, she could say the Crum City. And now, much bear, Mike Bear around bear 540. No man for batch a deal count 540. Me at the tower to for Rukumaya. I just 5 o'clock. I send a man for cry a preca. Or between 1 hour, how much you? How much? But all these buses are, I say, oh, man, I don't know. Because I said, we must tell the leaders they should solve the problems of this country. And videos are near TV soon, depending for moon. And young Cassan was it now, mommy, from the health service now for yen so and other issues. 0531455105 0531455105. Hi, Ezra 94.1 FM Ezra TV. And I think the members of parliament, if they can also do as good, make Kaise Brebina Kene Japan. That time na me AFRIFA 2009 to 10 thereabout. Every year bia na o samanyo foi Kene Japan or the bus na AFRIFA mbanimu na omo de fan crofo Kene Japan buses na the fan crofo. I think mo bi no mo betimi ayi sade nso de abo akra. So so different say betimi ayi bia e baba be din komo akiri na bia to one route kura no a na e fan crofo akra na e bo akra. Because people are struggling, people are suffering. Now abusia me kokon no chi na asem we medical camp we are ending the year, it has not been solved. Nyame ya adomo a next year adwada konfa no chi one of the largest hospitals in Ghana, a referral hospital, 13 regions of this country. Enya 70 years. The Yameya Domwa, Edwada Omolonche, the anniversary. Confanoche, Debiano, Enipa Confanoche, statistically, a year 1,000. The mark 1,000. And every day, that could be an on I can say, Nipa 1,000, averagely. Omo Confanoche ko yaya rehe. Ya share a phenomenon. Enipa 360,000 and a visit to Confanoche. Say Niyamiya ya Okotake Hospital ya refer no say saying Enipa 360,000. Confanoche serves 13 regions in this country. But I call her rebel. Hill Confanoche project by Dodo ano amwa. Ya yodi for come out 3 billion old Ghana cedis. Not the Kobuaye. 1,200 bed capacity. Confanoche nyina no 1,000 a day no. Best oho. And pair oho 1,200. Just imagine. And Oba Asante region. Asante region can boast of few hospitals. Mensia Suntua Sota 4 Kumasi South, which is a regional hospital. Any few of them they call the Kwai Kukufu Hospital near the Adenkitibi Kumawudi near the Ade. It seems the government is not focusing in Asante region. Who do we need X-ray the aspect of Greater Accra region? So this is Confanoche. Very well. This is Confanoche. Now, all Confanoche Obi a oba be hwe ne yare fo no. Abuzia those mo be ha ya fo na no ho mo bokeke. De ono no yare ne ho beto na de ono so kura no afi na. Ono so yare na ba. E Confanoche. Now I don't pity them so much because they are going to be nigh. One made that video no. Now a tear for one had the video way. A confanation no. Into Pami what Tiabontin. Open space say ya. Overhead this year. I'm going now open space. I'm my this year. Now I'm better now da ho. How do the honor better? So then this year no ebedi 1 month. El confanation. On no no better na bontin ha away mu a pebre mu. And tuntumu for 1 month. No, that's what to hear. The state is not doing anything. Did you know yara no yemfa ho? The no so be here for no yemfa ho. And that is Ghana to say. Say the Ghana tier no. No pay which one for that on. But I Greater Accra regional. Accra Kuala Lumpur as the largest teaching hospital. 37 military hospital. Greater Accra Regional Hospital, which is a rich hospital. University of Ghana Medical Center, Achimota Hospital. Almost our specialized hospitals, which is Leicester Hospital, Nyaho Medical Center, Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Lekma, La Paz Community, Mamobi, VRA, and Airport Women's Hospital. It's countless in Greater Accra region. Konfanochine Ashanti region, a serve 13 regions no, as a baby and in Pia and Fahon. And now you're not going to hospital. As I got the 3 year crap a rubbing man. This is the state of Konfanochi. Is that the 3 party 7 a.m. Yes, Rabbi no. Say on for the new share and name who here pa and my na my o man no munipano on a sitting on Konya bediemu and on my sitting in terms of health. I believe so, minor, and so a better. Now the lithium deal. The lithium deal. Anra. Now Edikai before that near Edikai Amonian and TSA. Anyan and TSA. What share Ghana? Yaminra all our war. Quite fast way to. We busa me cry last time saying you know box site no akosi saying the kosi and this is kan saka bi but before the be by inner city roads but morofo no munya me tui. That is what I know. Now lithium about 2 years ago the deal no shall share or see 2 lithium of Ghana, the percentage of it 10% the government negotiated later the as almost science how much and the sector minister Yamako Fibua, Mr. for Lands and Natural Resources. Then the decision is that Yana deal no yan sign and review. Now a home man so be now talking about the lithium deal no royalties percentage about mine no 5 to 7%. Another percentage I was say or mine no yan sa etimi and then the minority seems not to be happy about the whole deal. They think say I short change a bino any minister empese or minor ebinyam faso. Yenkotie the deputy ranking member for Lands and Natural Resources Committee, former deputy minister for Lands and Natural Resources, the member of parliament for Menciano Fenra at a press conference. Yentin Raba, any penny for Bejamre, now at the lithium so and come MCR is ready, Yankona Yankuti.
Dear Radia Chair, any man be him or my gun, Eddie Kine, a small scale mining activities are airports who main, and a lithium agreement are between Medicine, in Nayan Indian war position of Kafa, Galamseo. Omokache say in Yakrasa was a brass small scale mining activities or main. Omoba Bemi, Omuntimi Enye, Minister Nemu Enya Quenya was September 2024. Okache said we must ban it. And no about Bemu, she said, I would be now. She said, a cost. Edika on one Kumayem Elembele agreement to buy. Yenayeni says 30 and a confirm you. Yedika de buy a near vessel or mine Benya royalties 10% of him. Yeniano catches any remu. It's the only de Babasha and Remu at the Amayan. A session, na de nti na o se egudi aba foforo si ehun hia se no ye kwaji sika kuma bi sa na ye de ba it on de obeye ne kese no de amaye o de beto ye nim ekohe mu no na ye 5% ye bɔne ye se de nku nti ai sa akwada ketwa ya so brache no na emom na fo hu se ɔman no osisi ye e wo sika bote na ebetime nyam no ye na so afere oba be radio agreement de hu se onye consistent with it odi adenchechi ehun ehia se opanyin ade adwuma sa ahye onsa no bedi adenchechi wo hu owie no ka che se or the legislative instrument eba or the ba bo se be ye be hye royalty smoking na and ade ani ehu or the legislative instrument na ba de wo mu ne se wa pegi anase or the kuma e wo ma ebeti
we the minority in parliament enra the explanation na the deputy ranking member for lands and natural resources, member of parliament for Menchia North constituency, and of course former deputy minister for lands and natural resources na Ochirimu Omrasebejom yankwa omane na meneno eni nkoma pay ona bo temi nka yemo achi na pay na yemo afisia pa bibia boko de
Ezra 94.1 Fm Kumasi.
Hello ona bo temi nka bibia boko. Okay, mon share lines no emamena yane the member of parliament in Ninkomo. Honorable Adaro Matimenka. No.
Ezra 94.1.
Okay. So we are getting the lines now afi yetimi and the member of parliament Edin Komo omo issues pa no any dia what is wrong in the lithium deal no omo eka ho asemi and will it be deliberate by the government of the day to say faso e waso man enya no yema munya I was say o man enya no yentumi enya ana and what will happen ebema a minister and so ebeye sade no I mean say honorable Tim kan no pay honorable Tim kan
any after my committee on kind of paper
very well yemo achi na yemo official pa idim say bi aboko
radio dum me huye afin committee asundie mu ne ahoden mu
yere nyame ase abe say na bibia ekoso in fact mame nka say parliament this year especially bra budget eba na o submission making in the house we say omo ben ye kakra omunum yen free bia na they commend you say I say what you had pa and yebo abaso say utimi tretretwi num yie ema Ghana for so hu de ekọ but let's start with lithium deal Edian na SCA ewo lithium deal num na Ghana ni bi kwa na bia o menhia no fa no pa ya wotie ya onim deal no bia sha se free no fa ye cost school no pa akra the lithium deal anra na ho abe manso a minister ka na mo so ma be chire mu minister chire mu na ma be chire mu si chire no what is it about
so Mike mama na wase mama chia anti4 na chia something mama chia mention of 2024 so in so my lithium ade so what the ba minchichi mu a sebe ya enkwa chipia lithium a former goodia bruni can say any green minerals so be atane so you phone abehwem actual lithium battery you laptop abuni actual lithium battery and there's already cars are buy a friend EV cars, electronic cars. Money and give brave banner. These are the sort of materials a year car no batteries now Emma and running our gasoline eso. Lithium na ba be a good year and a wiase ama no ne ba bia no e ho abehia. Ena nyame ayi adum ena yenye bi wo man. They started here the chair coin from the year 2016. Company here the chair coin no ono na odaso ho ya ebesi ene. Ade ayi wo man say ye ba ben mu no anado dan kwakufa do ba ben mu no. Na company ni ye broni company Atlantic Lithium. Boy na dwene say ti betu agudie no wo man mu ha na ye dia or say ye incorporate Ghana company ni bi wo Ghana just or say wo Ghana company na ye didn't and ye the vehicle ye the be production no nti ampa Atlantic Lithium no ewo company a friend Barari DV Ghana Company Limited man penny so amount so a do ye any sense and say won dia I was a sa company na ya won wo man mu ha no Ghana mine ene aban ni mu nipa no enya shares ewu mu chese ye wo chefa ewu mu bi ti ye chefa ewu mu 6%. Eno be me nya akwanya de nipa mienu akotena board ne so to take decision. Once a man so a osama ye koje shares ewo the larger company na ewo Australia ni Atlantic Lithium na mu. Eno se koje 3%. Na me akwanya me nipa akotena won board so decision bi on be take bia no Ghana mine so no ye wo nya take decision. Owie no so person man bia to bi man mu ba bia to bia ye fa nko Ghana Stock Exchange ye nko list ti ko list wo Ghana Stock Exchange sebe ya me no mi enu ye nya teku sempo adama yesu ye ko akoto chefa e wo company ni mu no tu ye gudie na mfaso ba so odwaman so a nipa nkranko bia na wo shares ni bi no oso atimi anya bi di ahyobotum ye ni nyina ye wie ni ebesi ni tuo no ene ho sika o man ni sa benya ne direct ye woni ma mienu a meka wansem ye friend free carried interest eno de o man ni chefa wo ye ne den a ye dia because a good ye ni ye dia eno originally ni na 10% ye che o hanche mu eno a o ha no a ye yimu du a eno de opewumpu ye o man ni dia ye je but na do danko akufu at the time is eno na abo abugina port time minister time no ye move carried interest no o man ni chefa wo aputupre mu no every 10% they call 13%, 3% more. Any bad then ababe controversial one so. And I'll not say controversial because I deliberate at the end of ministry no any abine ADT or my Ghana. And we are royalties. You try good year in we near the kwa jama so near kotonwa. Yente kabia mfimu no. Enchemu san and I was say siken nam say Ghana diano. I was ye. Every atwam bebebe na gudi aye tuo say ye gold, say ye diamond, say ye magnesium. Bibi aye tu no man mu bia no. Na ya gia no, na ye 5% akosro pa. Na wo emre bi e fe ne 703 mu ye 2006. Ye bedane emra nani e de ba 794 the year 2010. Ni sa dane ani bi mba 900 at 900 the year 2015. Na the chat one at 900 no. My minister no ne aban ahoden said they go and negotiate. Oko negotiate say we abenya a good deal for this country. We negotiated enya 10% royalty rate edema on my Ghana. Yenyan mo on my Ghana no emrekuna constitution no chere say o person ye a good deal on hihye bia na okodia no nyina awie bibia we just all the parliament parliament jituman sana be contract. Yet by Parliament in September 2024, a few chairman near Betuabano. Yen catch say 10% in Akunya a deba, if you say a ye be papa be more minor na. The good year to say 10% royalties near Kwajem. Or mom penny, am I any day? Yen passes I'm running that because it's up. Now I see it me negotiating more. So what it means is that they blocked the passage and ratification of the lithium agreement between the government of Ghana and Barari DV. And you kwa abatoso. And Fufi Antoa Tami and Jareno Edia Bamunutino. MPP Amanyuku, you lose a buying a bet 19. Ye bet you know. A Fimuan and not air bay. Cause yen yama wa awoyano, a dream or moyan assassins to be a season. Tina will be here say, yen young man this if I buy a dom cassia and Nino, or the agreement in the parliament, and me ratify. Omreba me ratify, omreba me ratify. Omo de ba October November ya e ba ye no na hihye di ayen yakoya e beboa me nya 10% omo si esua tie mo makwanya mba ya ma akosoro no me nua no omo de akoto 5% chese free du no omo te so de aba 5% enye bu so omo nsimfo am you say e di enti e na wo sa ade a wo se enye no wo koye di a wo te so me ba 5% o ko bre wo so mpafin okay anu ye omo de ma ye ni say company na betu agudie wo man Ghana na bo minister wa beka che ne say edi kan one edwaman so boɔ no a yɛtɔn lithium no aba fam ɛno nti no ɔmo nte percentage na ɛyɛ yɛn yɛ kyɛfa no so tie ni o yɛn nte yɛ kyɛfa na yɛ royalties no so yɛn mu mmienu na yɛn fa baako na yɛn fa baako nkyɛ wɔn ɛtɔ so mmienu minister n'adwene mu no 10% no etia mmra etu wɔn pɛ so wɔn de bɛhyɛ mmra mu na yɛtumi nya 10% no saa nneɛma mmienu na te sɛ bɔ ebira wosi wɔn na abɛka te sɛ te so afei deɛ wɔn a abɛdi ano ama wɔn sɛ etia mmra bade edi kan no ntia mmra biara ntia mmra bia wɔ Ghana mu bia sɛ wobɛtumi negotiate anya 10% agudie nhyehyɛ edie mu ama wɔn Ghana sɛ royalties ɛtɔ so mmienu sɛ minister nso sa aka kyerɛ yɛ sɛ na edwama nso ɛboɔ no aba fam a na nyɛ nokora no ɔne wɔn Ghana ɛka because yɛbɛgye atum yɛ sign document no first in 2023 October 20th ɛna yɛ sign document no ɛna yɛde moratorium ɛto asase no so in December 2023 but yɛde krataa no ɛba parliament dan mu ame aba abɛsign abɛdi nkutaho deɛ na yɛ September 2024 in October 2023 no na akɔdwa man so a na ne boɔ no yɛ 2,250 that was in 2023 but yɛde ba parliament no per ton US dollars per ton 250 US dollars per ton of the lithium. That was in 2023 October. But in September, near the Parliament, you have ratification. You have Kucheb, Emrani, and you have a Goodiana share company in Semino. September 2024. No, not per ton of the same material. No, they 880. Let's say, and the one swatia bese, or hanchemu at your watch. A one pono, not company near willing. Because a swati omu huru because a German so a good year bien one boni jina fako a costro na bafom a costro na bafom. So the company was willing to do business at 10%. All the batch see any ratification in 2025. I feel boni mo sa peja and now you can say and I'm 1,200. Amani musu bia mo costro. It's a balance and a justification. Nti mu brɛ sɛ ɛboa ne ba fam nti company na beso akyerɛ sɛ te so mae ɛne fa agudie ne kyɛ wɔn mo na ɔmo abotɔ ɔmo yɛ mu a de ɔmo bɛnya bia no na ɔmo de abrɛ ɔman Ghana yɛ bɔno a minister so abɛlɛ pepa no eti ɛne saa deɛ a yɛntɔ nkɔ so nyɛ but yɛ kɔ so kan ɛma ɔman Ghana nipa no bi nya yɛnti aseɛ civil society groups IEA Imani Friends of the Nation ɛmo ne adeɛ nyinaa bɛɛ mu bɛte ase sɛ the Indian MPP for Kenya, Ukrainian Sifadio Muyi, Abema Akaba Abem. It's the air and said, Omobaya Mazania from Barberry draw. The minister can say, Oberry draw or the Mrabeba. Ebe Kuchre, a Duno Ama Bem Sebeya, Ebe Boyama financially, no, Ghana, the Enba Kosumpo, asking the MPP, the air. Or the Mrani by Enra. Or the Mrani by Enra, the woman. 5% to Kronwano. And what their standard base rate for royalties or my Ghana dinner. Now, dear who woman said, or some of the poor associations at home says a born in Rubebia, yen to me a certain percentage, and let me take the lithium first and foremost. Or say, Ansana, you bet me 5%, no, or send a born agent 0 to $1,500 per ton. That is a free 0 could do 1,500. You benya say 5%. Yeah, the end of say 800 do, say 400 do, you benya 10%. Who then they say 1,500. Dear who you say 1,500 kakrebi. Now if you could do 2,300, you benya 6%. If you 2,300, you know, you could do 3,002%, you benya 7%. Minya, the bain you be could do 10% or. Next, what do you point in and say? I just a 5% nanny and Sabeka. Etos me, do the gold. Gold war, I say, will just swam on it. I will in fear bear a dunumuniano, but so be the gold hujan. Now, about $1,040 per ounce. In the last 10 years, gold bore encore for $1,000 per ounce. Only a board, they say, airline. Or say, Se gold bono e pagyan mu free zero e kodu 1900 $. Ansa ye benya 5%. If 1900 kodu 2000, ye benya 6%. If 2000 kodu 2002, ye benya 7%. If 2200 e kodu 2300, and ye benya 8%. Uni mitri mo pon ma de obeso kire Ghana. Enne yi no afa COVID. Enam se wiase sika nyina say ye mintem. Obi e pa gudi a woni na so de sika shintini pa dodo no a e to gold. Itama gold bo apagya kodu 4200. Minia enka so wo saada. So obere afie etwa mu ne to koko odwama so say almost $10,000. Ene abasen by 3000. It tells you ebo no cost na abafom. 84,200 na aba bedru no. I just say gold bo apagya no adu 3000 to 4200 no. Ansa nye betimi anya 10%. One edi ene nso fudie sinye ne so. Na wo hwechina ne dachi ehunu se cost over forma. Ahokyere betimi abo man Ghana no so. Ye sika ne beye kuma. Intimi afa nto baabi ebo ne cost over forma Ghana be benefit more. Ye kan ya minister antiase oni me de oye. Odi ahopepre. Ed adene ebe because o madi ye nuan me wo awoya ne Ghana abro because for 1.5 years ni omo do mfuo nyina ne amoma no afu. Wonu osi dan na amo ansi dan. Any intimate compensation so ma no metimi akobo brafofo. It one owo almost about 40 something acres ni so hectares ni so money ade na obi no oye adwuma. Ena to so mienu. De o ma ye ne se enra enam ne omuni padodo o mu wonti no. Bibia no mbe ye bia no ya the numbers. Se no ahwe de nwesi ya. Yesi ye yemra near the assistant university din. Whether you like it or not, you will change it. So we say do omu nzo mu onipa oha. E de o twen kunu nti no. Bibi omu pe bi ombe ye nti no de krata na ba. Krata no de ba ye friend legislative instrument. Emremo ne parliament nsi dim. Se de ba parliament danwa ne read ne age to ho a. It take 21 sitting days. Ye kwa setena 21 days aduonu ba ko a na ba ba ye mra. Se ye kan wasem wa na ye mpa ade se ye nipa 2/3 and the parliament eye 276. Ukoyimu 2/3, you are looking at almost about 185. And some what near yourself airline if was engine mayemra. They know they have 189. And yet possible that see 87 no a mube a diocrube through one far babe can you want him. Omo dia babe 2 year per yempo, it 21 days abeyemra. Instead see a bit near Ghana sika. Netimi dia boa ye nsi asipa ne dia boa man no ho pra wa agudi aye wo mu no at the rate here 10% no omo dia kwa to 5%. Na minister saka asebi eya won ka no kura no fanchi o man Ghana ye no obi ani asem yen MPP for lithium agreement ye na de ba ye nsi won kwan so on fama but so omo de beba ne betia o man Ghana dia ye nkanya no ntum because ya to aba etia ye ye mo form numbers ni wunu o man Ghana na de se de ombe ye bia ye Yenya penso ye bibi se me friend community development fund. Na ye 1% of the gross revenue of the company. One tika bi obo in gudia tu ye gudie no na oton ye bo abenya bia no. Ba ye mu 1% ye fan koma community no. Community na na be so no mo dia bopra e wo community no se be ya oha we beba e wo gudie ni tuo mu ni ade nya na nanum opinion leaders, stakeholders, assembly members of parliament o eni anuanum na beti committee do ma hweso no mo de say sika na ye adwuma eno obeka kire say ono no ode aba ba hye sa krata nim sebi minister krata na de a wo ye wo ho eye niema mienu utwa date mu from 20th October 2023 now to 20th October 2025 and now say twa royalties of 10% mu and I am 5% the other bo man Ghana the aka no uja ma ewo mu community development enyo mo na de ba ntimi mi amai ubusa mi a the no na ye nua no when this is enye 10% bi sano afei do mo de person mo de sembre mu no mo ye 5% no matter what because company ne say na sebi ye do si wo say minister na so afo a of first and foremost priority is your mind Ghana and how you benefit the good people of this country. Opia ntia company ebe yedwuma but you don't have to make Ghana suffer financially, emotionally, equitably as against that of a company ever. Ye sika no, ye mo ayebenya, ye bibia yebenya no eyo man Ghana because ye o ye good year. Wo dwene company na eba no de tia o man Ghana. Nani say minister ni ade udi ye no. Nani emfa so ben na eba so dia mo man Ghana na wokɔ no anu aba wachi wokɔ no anu aba etu nim odi kan de ayi na ba no oba obefa document na nam so twetwe date ne ayi ni mu ntino wanye bibia wo ho biem se bibia sesa wo ho also here another re-engagement stakeholder ni na wanye ejimi oba withdraw document no afi no say parliament say oba so say no koye stakeholder engagement. Who does that? Who brings a contract to parliament for ratification without doing stakeholder engagement? It's a nay. Everyone nam also a stakeholder engagement on nam kwati kwan and the emrana by parliament. It's the only kind of stakeholder engagement na CBA or the emrana by 21 days. Na macho. No man Ghana boka. It's now we say me the HM agreement ni mono.
I see, but buga make akra wa ha. Emrana ma minister no ho kwan say ono no negotiate on behalf of the country, right?
Yes.
Enti minister no ano betimi negotiate beyond even the nanka mokra mo anymore no or below the name of anymore no.
Good. Obetimi negotiate beyond the na ye anymore no. Enti na ye nti ase ne say wo se 10% ni swade a na nya wo beji krata na ko negotiate dia. Wantimi ama ye bie no ama ye 10. Anase ma ye du baako edum yenu ewo ebo no a eye mpo ene no so. Because say my die hu wo muni o. Say ewo 10% a etiefonti say wo 10% royalty wo mu a say oton niema no utu bi 1,000. Now the 1,000 ko dwama aso. Na wo kwa akoton na ye 100 cedis per baako a ubenya 100,000. 100,000 o man Ghana ebenya musen 10% which is 10,000. And no answer ni abetete to a omo be wi abetete to ni na aba tie ka royalty benya 10%. But ono no die na oye no se ekoton ni nya 100,000 a unim bi ebenya 5,000. Se edwama so bo no so teba fom a ne bi akodu 500 a it is a company ne ton obenya 50,000 ye die bebembe 5,000. It di ono kan se so atiaba fom no etiente so famna 5% no okoton no nya 50,000 a oman Ghana benya 25. That is 2,500. And no ye kwaya na ye buy. It is any one so to only one cost so. What you got to 10% in the money idea. Ghana stands to benefit more than the oil.
But
and that is the problem we are facing.
Minister and so on now or say is it from 5 to 7% and I say strictly 5%?
From 5, ne cost 6, ne cost 7. Now when you am I want to say who bet me do 7 no? That is a more.
Hello. Monsan reconnected Honorable Akwasikunle Dumame. We say Ezra 94.1 FM Ezra TV. You go so edin komo on the lithium deal. Hon komo na the minority stance are omo ewo seeing or believing say there has been a short change by the sector minister. And this is a bit worrying, but for what I know, what might have gone wrong if the minority folk can earn a crap? Dear na AFRIFA, I don't know, I don't get it. But is it also that, also my explanations be to the decision or make it and more so with me, about 0531455105. Channel sir on the 31st of this month. You know, Wednesday, call House of Ezra. Na 31st night, no, the watch night service, no, at me at the Abroad. Shannon Supa, Mamma say, ba, 6 candles, and Unyame Aqua, say, Yamfa Emra, do our baby anon, 6 candles, and Odi Ebeba, believing entering into the year 2026, Unyame Bayan Sanctuary with Christ, I fear not tomorrow, Matthew 28, verse 10. And I don't know inti ura 2026 mono Christo mu a unsuro hwe e kan ya ho ne nyina no yenye the first night no mano enye akono e House of Ezra Worldwide Ministry ye main auditorium and as a headquarters I wo asonoma so nkwanta off Asante Mampon Road ena dwumade no ebekọ so ye hyase fi no nkro kwa nyumtofo akese nyina okurum ha de Donwano bra na ene Papa Armstrong ene asofo akanyina no emisia emompae na me adomo a on the 23rd eye eda ebnada yina no ye kwa 3 children's home na no ma kwato said the Bible and I say enunti ne say the Bible no aseye no enunti fa de be kan ho na yentumi enko the line no drop I mean back na mene the honorable Akwasi Kunadu entumi enwie nkomo no. So honorable, now my question was that now the minister no have opportunity to negotiate and no emra na ma ne kwan say if you become a minister of a state one no ho kwan say oben negotiate in such deals and now I can negotiate from 5% upwards. Now you were explaining say e buy den kran say bia e be do 7% one and a line no e drop here. I mean till
only minister no kwan no one can negotiate upwards. He negotiated downwards from 10 to 5%. And now what the assessor skill ni mu say bo na ekosura Ghana betimi anya dodo e de afrimu.
Is that not fair? In terms of business, is it not fair?
That is even the worst kind of thing that anybody would want to do. And now the home can say senka baby a wode ebo ne toto ye no eya akobia kwan ni nya problem o. Tie mi o. Me see gold bo esonte enter $1,000 per ounce in the last 10 years. It's yet now no be kwaka gold bo wansem. Na wo ani so ade hu wo ne bo be koso be kofom a. Odi wo de akoto 1,900 say edu ansa na wo ma misika. Oman Ghana tie bi o. Se wa kwanya say ye betimi anya sika se bia 50 cedis. Efi so obi kwa akoto ade no anya 500 mu a. Ada na wo chan say I just say nipa no ton 2,000 and san obo 50 Ghana cedis. Nipa na je tum say me ton 500 a metimi abro 50 Ghana cedis. O se de bi o de koton na o ton na unya 2,000 da and san obo 50 Ghana cedis. Is that fairness to you? So we your mind ensi anamu near the adwuma hye wonsa o se ma nipa no koton no unya 2,000 and san obo 50. Obi so se de bi nipa no ton do 500 da no obo 50 nipa na je tum. O se there be, and you are saying that is fairness. There's a nipa ton no do 1,000 that the one we are unya hwe no. Or ton 500 and kebenya 50 na unya hwe. Or ton 600 no be yebetime 50 and you nya hwe. Or ton 700 or ton 1,000 this or ton could do 2,000 and some when you 50 Ghana cedis and you think that is fairness and that is the scale or no the other. It's yensu to democracy so the scale ni baba and any problem. For percentage no ni kuma no eto 10%. Na ebo no for instance for gold. Ti so 3,900 every 1,000. Na lithium de no. Ti so 3,500. Na for 800. Na percentage ninja ena 10. And san now do graduation 7% no. And money ade no atu so diaba. That would have been somehow a fair deal for this country. But to put it at 1,900 5%, and to put it at 1,500, 5%. It's and you bet me 10%. You know, I just say lithium bono, I drew 3,200, and a gold bono, I drew 3,500. And you bet me 10%. It's a gold bono 800, yeah, 10%. So lithium bono 1,000, yeah, 10%. Is that fairness to you?
What would ministry or what deputy say the sector minister paying? So you may have a fair idea. Would you say a day and a bit may influence this decision? Minister AKATAKYIE, as you see, say M1 Ghana, what might have influenced his decision?
First and foremost, the reason is your demand. So me so there, because one of the catchers say a good year one about 40 company na baby huno. I feel say I'm afofo ho sene o man Ghana na menim between onwan ntem no o man Ghana any campaign no they all seven no why na osum no menim so osum o man Ghana so osum onwan ho anase bia osum campaign no I don't know. And secondly, say Mike e ya ho pepre ene entiase a onhye dan tiase e wa agudie niema no ne ton ne tuo ene nhyehyɛ ade no ho so ohwe enenko a because we are saying I see gold prices have crashed. It be crashed. It doesn't mean we are not selling. No, they are selling. It if a swabber or sliding scale, no, a bit in Ghana. So that means the company would be working for himself up until there will be a boom. And you're not just any good anywhere near financial company. No. So, meaning, and you mammy and the beer rimaso. Nentia see a woman, and the Onyanya Hontia see. And we're buying the consultation in the mano, a he's not consulting properly with Wana Yaya Wajua paying money at Diemo. Or ye we are not the better one, and to say the Omuya Nino. Officer, would the kind the cat say Nipano, and the 2 1 too much away because we need to understand, say, hey, do baby. The action can a stakeholder engagement, by what I saw, any influencer, Akosuno. A person says, young pass agreement, not the Indian royalties, you really are become once, so that people can start going to work. Because Oma will also say, or preneur at the Abba. Because Oma am why I'm personal 2024. 1 year about Bichemu. And I'm because 2023 December. And I'm buying in Saturn Sassine, so the old sidine won't mean see the oil full won't mean yet. Do you be pure as service will be do a year a broom pa and I feel obechasum premium.
Exactly.
It's the whole year na ya many panam year food or the panam company and a compensation in my because the agreement has not been ratified.
I now understand, say, even the company has written to the workers or Ghana and the director say, if the deal no you signing this year by January 15th, or more and withdraw about 30 workers. More you aware of that?
And only I hope preparing here ama oil the oil. But you see, it should not be in a form of that letter into it should push you. On one in the tibua emusa na say. Into the year na fear twa mu e ka say 10 and you see ni kwan the whole of this year. Say Mike, afimu 2025 ni na no. On one of the problem dey aye adwuma. Ebe sika semu ni dey ebe call directly to Aidia. Eti dia na see ni kwan say sa agreement you know. Oba me atena somewhere March. Na ya ka won sem na awie na ka be July because ya pass because immediate. You be say anything because you share community for the nipa ni be all community ni. Papa ba ko oye convener for the resettlement of them. Na ba ko see convener for compensation committee. Amoni and say Mike, the compensation committee no. Person will sit down about retirement, will sit down. Yeah, the answer to so nyanti baby and then they no makrat no. Aye to kwatena. Question dan ewi. So I say, eti o ma will say so ma temwa. But in your haste, on term personal, one year, ubetua mi kabi adu o man Ghana be konsunsan so boni mu. That is why we are cautioning the minister. Say he should hasten slowly, regardless of the fact to say, Omwa na sebi, omusi Ghana man kwan afi etwa mu no sebi anke betimi akoyani. We are not opposed to it because they are bringing it. We will never do that. Yen si won kwan da so omde because say yen this na deba. But be so omo kwan se kan hye de na wo mu no e mo man Ghana.
Right. When me jao ketwa bi enti on mutie Amstead any Dongbo University edi no yasesa no anase moye ne den.
Ukase mine the day a better day, but me choose mine there because the car parliament on Emra Najo and a minister for education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Omode bills by and the bills were passed under certificate of urgency to amend the names and change the names of these 3 technical universities that we do have. That is Amstead, Penton, Apiaminka, University for Skills Development and Training. And you see, and SD Dombo. Any CK Tedem University for Development, Ammonia Day. Almost say, Omuna de Kudienti Asebi. He was a said, Dean Women, that's what the Dean was so. They said the argument that they made was so divisive as the country, say, me who be that. You see, when you look at Apia University for Skills Development Training and Entrepreneurship, Monia Dia. So, Muakai. One of the most industrialists in Kenya and Woman. He had the skills for development and entrepreneurship. And there are people who even look up to say, you bet myself a panic can him. See, a didn't crowd that's why I'm coming to University of Science and Technology. So that's so. Baba Yara Sports Stadium, Kumase. Baba Yara Dine, that's so. Oh, the Omoyo Hinija Sports Stadium, but we are very tolerant people. They have the numbers. And the majority leader was bold enough to tell us that whatever you do, you can do whatever you want to do, you can say whatever you want to say, but I'm telling you today, we will change the name before we rise. These were the words of majority. So it was not only for any proper thinking. They are also forgetting, say, these three universities, you know, you go and build yours. Go and so. Minia, I went to Amstead. At that time, now a campus for winning, but near Kumasi campus.
Yeah.
Now, and when in a charter to award its own certificate. Now the certificate here, the University of Education Winneba. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Kufuado. And the see no, eme kodu de do ye. And one man, and one charter say, and one you full university with its own vice chancellor and all measures. To say Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and what two needing. The same thing with CK Tedam. It was just Navrongo campus. Obekona Adanya or Enube Enumpo. And he's built it to become a full-fledged university. And the same thing applies to SD Dombo. You see, let me give you a classical example. Go to the University of Mines and Energy, Ewatakwa.
Yeah.
Now you're just a campus of KNUST. Then we built it to become a full-fledged university. On one awarding a certificate on show will be biase. And you are telling me that we will not build university. Today, KNUST has a campus for Obuasi. The campus in Obuasi is under KNUST. It doesn't award its own certificate. It is awarded by KNUST. So such an university, nobody is going to say that. But when you build it, as a KG, no one pays KG anymore. Now I'm acquiring secondary school. That's what we said. What the secondary school full-fledged. On what me no wasi no money adie. Now you two school ni din sabi on what bet me no wasi. E money adie. O say now your campus no na we see here. Now with the 2 blocks egu home. Now enipa ni free ton from Tamale. No okọ na Vrongo. No ofri ton no okọ wa. Na nyame aboa na say na Vrongo enye full university aban na si. Ekufo do si ama be full university. Etu otu ni din no ama ne krata say wa award o certificate. O se mabame ntiase. Yamfa anwoye ani nchichemu basasa emu oman. We are not vindictive as they are because now they feel some nipa ohane adwo wotwe nkono. So everything they can do. Etinya onwanwa he na memu say asem. Ye beto be twam. Look at how I the LGBTQ. Ebo MPP amanyoko ni exercise na na adodan kwaku fado achi. Adenti na Haruna Idrisu minister. Anyone abo Mahama Yariga. Emejo mekan say eneye po ye be pass sa bill na ansa ne akofi also mu dwane free ne mebe bo man ne ho no but they are only interested in what is so attractive to them into the agency of governance no eni wo mu because now they have the numbers they can do everything yeah the bill no buy emebe to other people so majority leader government minister for government business emi free eso because they have the numbers okay yeah fam to so be money adem. They are driving the country into an abyss. And I believe that we must be very careful as a people. Otherwise, how this NDC government is driving this country into an abyss because of their numbers. No?
I see. In the essay, like I said, these 3 universities, no, it didn't know. Yasisano Anisa.
Oh, Yasisano Anisa. By no, I can't say by sign the bill, no. Once the gavel has been banged, now the debate has gone on. No more numbers, no. And now, a ban na juna for more from free, more mutu kind, no more sisi no more. They don't even have the numbers to do that. So the majority leader told the speaker, say, you know what to do. We can take a short adjournment. Whatever you do, pass it. So the speaker, you know what to do. And they called all marshal their people to come and face us. The arguments they can't even make proper arguments. And you see, portions of the constitution where it says we must breed political and national cohesion. They don't understand those portions of the constitution. And so they do everything in such a way, say,
I see.
All that they are interested in is that we want to fulfill a certain political promise that we made.
I see. But one of the head count votes, no?
Yes.
155 against 25. I was wondering, 25 near one.
25 were people opposed to it. Because that's at that time, no. Those bills were not some bills were not part of the original order paper for the day. The woman said, Enra, Echi, ya wadano. Near pass appropriation bill a budget in every. And technically, December sitting, it's more of the budget sitting to pass appropriation where you are done. Enra was closing remarks for the day. Enra mo ye addendum. Ye ka addendum. Se dwumadie ni eba bedina nkasa wo ho. Afomu he chiro mo he nipa no mo ni ade because omo si awie parliament obi ekona. They did an addendum to the tune of 3 different addendums. And omo be kan because they were hell bent on doing that. But you see, even you say Mike Netifo. And okay numbers obi fi say you they say ade ba akupe. And e bia won timi nye. So be ka che so we say Mike we bema. Or dane oba because onye rade. And as onye doctor no papa. But with that numbers that they have, and the thinking that they perceive, and don't person your mind Ghana. Minia, obetna ya den do nkwa be 100 a day.
But honorable, is it not surprising? Say minority, na say no more na more parliament na be 25 per because those who oppose
25
were 25.
What are 25? They counted at the time. Some people were in their offices because look at the time that it was, and we had already finished with the business of the day. They only brought that addendum as a surprise.
Well, some of you were also there.
Yeah, because you see, it's any time into Obin to PM Kojonso, Obin to PM Kon office in Kofadie, Obin to because you have holidays. So we are coming for the Xmas holidays. That is why we have to do.
So majority of your colleagues are NPP for no were not present at the time.
It is not. We're not present at the time. If you make that argument, you are even making a false argument. Let me tell you why. Omuka no me pass 157.
I think 155. Okay.
And the speaker didn't count 156.
Yes.
Ye nipa 87. Say na ye nyina ye wo dem 87 no na wo dem and omo ye 155 no omo ye na wouldn't they have passed it?
I do agree on that. On that perfectly.
Afemi entwa so. Enti say ade ne nkan wo na wo si achi na wo de ba. Are you going to meet everybody there? If Ufuso was superior argument, put it on the other paper first thing. Men share chira bro will be anyone, na enfant small girl and fama, and come and make those changes. So if you remember, and I'll give you another classical example.
Yes.
When we are passing the D levy, the 1 CD on petrol prices, they brought it at 11 p.m. and they brought it under certificate of agency, which means it will not have to take even more than 3 hours to pass that. Do you think that is fairness? No. And he says that because you can't hear 25 minutes, you more passing. But they are deliberate in their mind with malice.
Is it because so even with our numbers, no, to me, you know, you knew what because as at the time now, so no proceedings air coso, and if you go out over 50 of your colleagues not present at that time, about any 80. 75 crown. It means you were there, but this one only 25. And now say na me answer na microphone be or name no crown supported the idea say there should be a change.
Let's put it on record. And I mean hypothetical cases are very bad. When you are making such arguments, you're so passionate. Let us not do any hypothetical cases. None of our members will support such recklessness. None of the MPP members in Parliament will support such recklessness. And secondly, say Mike, so omufu so omubetimi and omu akukodo to debate and make reasonable logical arguments. Omu fancy say addendum under certificate of agency. Do you know what certificate of agency means? Go and read our standing orders. Or the bar at preku or the bar it must not take more than 3 hours for it to be passed. Sebi what the criteria ba ehia se ade adwene ni nyansa beto ho akenkan enya ntiasia. So I'm bringing it under certificate of agency at that midnight hour to make sure say me the free or move surprise so that we will just pass it through. So Mike, we will bet when that day a kind 100-page document in 3 hours and make meaningful reasoning. Even with their numbers now, but even with their numbers, they cannot take their time to scrutinize papers and always want to come under certificate of agency. And you think that is not a problem? You bring documents over 100 pages and a certificate of agency which requires technical understanding because you feel your people cannot debate. When we are doing the debate, you saw. Do you know why they had to pass the appropriation, the estimates under that time that they did? Because they knew, say, if they put the estimates down, their people cannot speak to the estimate. So they always bring it under certificate of agency and the addendum paper. We don't have a problem. It is part of our rules. But reasoning will guide. They say, now you have a comfortable majority. So even if you take your time, now magana mind debating here, you can still pass it.
Okay.
But they bring these things under agency so that by the time you are here,
Okay.
that is wrong. It is not about the numbers. It is about the approach. At which they are governing this country.
Okay.
And once no
Honorable Mijao Mwako, na wait a quick one pa. I know sir, late John Pontuekuma was very close to you pa. Me ba parliament or here or no office kwa no honwa. They're very close pa. On social media, if you are now coming so who be say nere Lillian Owusu Akoware. Man for kan ho nsem bebere so omo ye surprise one chain na wasenka or check akra na ebi kwa na ebi ana. Wono as a member of parliament and somebody are now here very close to Honorable John Pontuekuma. Are you also surprised just within a year and a half na yere Akoware for?
Ezra 94.1.
Say Mike.
Honorable.
As I'm waiting, I can say, may the soul of my brother rest and continuously rest in peace in the bosom of our Lord. He's the person that I knew. So may God continuously keep him for me till we meet again.
But I don't know if I'm not who ye na MPs na mo bembe John. I'm ta kwasra Auntie Lillian.
So my that is why I am saying, say may the soul of our brother and my own senior, Pokua from one, no school prefect. It's meaning a co-Pokua. Now, Oka French, your mama can be near closing assembly. Ojono Oka French are those days now. It wasn't easy. When I met him also in Parliament, many in Nakope and money are there. It is him that I know, and through him I knew the wife. My brother is gone, may his soul rest in peace. And also what Yasin has made her decision. That one is not for me to decide.
But when you're surprised,
I will keep praying for the soul of my brother John Kuma to rest in perfect peace till we meet again.
Abi, anopay, yana sene yan samu official pa. If you ma breaki, timu ina mo metna fie na yeni brunya no.
I am quite so I ever. Maybe and they are nyame de nkwa chen no ma ya ho de a ye ba bidru. Ni akona ase asori efrichina.
Okay. All right. And we are now sanopay. Abusia, many member of parliament for Mensia North, ranking member for Lands and Natural Resources Committee, and also member of an appointment committee in Parliament, Honorable Akwesi Kunadu, and extensively, you know, I could income. MCR, you try na yenye abua from crack to Amraba. There are other issues. We are for transfer na etumi edi Hong Kong. Emamo Akwaba, Ezra 94.1 FM, Ezra TV. Nyame ya domo watchna Ezra commentator search grand finale Baso was Santasi House of Ezra Auditorium and I did a grand finale no at the Brewer 15 contestants and they are all battling, struggling, competing for the ultimate prize, the 10,000 Ghana cedis with other glossary and also a second 94.1 with 7,000 Ghana cedis, and then the third 5,000 Ghana cedis. The rate 20 Ghana cedis per uremwa, just 20 Ghana cedis per. Come support your favorite contestant now, you know, Untimi and winning the ultimate. The grand finale of Ezra commentator search. Who goes home
Ezra
with the ultimate? And of course,
94.1
your guest is like I have here, and I'm thinking here, I'm seeing here. Upia, a bit me, me, what's my baby? Also, a baby. Now, the piano, and yeah, come on, yes, yaho. Na, intimi, and share. Every pem, a boy from a boy, no, a day. We now so bro, and I feel the
Ezra 94.1.
I call Matilda's Foundation. Kuchi, our children's home. I feel a junior rehabilitation center, and so in your more. Be more as well, be more near Fred, be more for, and I feel Rema children's home, or quite so, also children's home. You know, Mokoton said the D. Ye knew drinks near Kahonoma could D. What are the Pabua, Gary, and what there will be a bit in the Abuano.
Ezra 94.1.
Wakaka the Kaya, when you be now, now why you can see a pa, and you'll be a bit me any opportunity no cry to give to others. So if you have opportunity to at least so we be with someone, also be with some na nyame in shroud. Maybe that one gesture you do, that 100 Ghana cedis, 50 Ghana cedis,
Ezra 94.1.
I'm also Wabrabono and Emma to me as a Ezra Esman's party in Tipomodia. Nefa ho enso ebesem bi obetumi asende usika wo ne ma bi na pese ye de ema wo ana eba beje a ana se ebia ye be fa obetumi afre 0249337090 0249337090 na afi nso no wo ne ma afa so se Ernest okay Ernest Admako wo sende a edi eba no ye Ernest Admako wo sende a yaba technology ana say bi amwa bi a obi a friend number yaba beje na yetumi so e de abonyanka dia sempa coastal
Ezra 94.1
coastal bi an frozen food, flavored ice cream, ice blog, afi glossary say tomato paste, rice, oil, ina no eton bi e wa so e wakona yeben Mountain High School for 0536885407 0536885407 na enyo so afi number 1 pastries
Ezra
and cake
94.1
na opese ye cakes edema wo ana se ye fenum donut, bob fruit, sobolo, pass awodo nyina no ene chips edema wo number 1 ena make am for ede ama modern na ebra ya so ye na ene be djuma ye wo
Ezra 94.1
0246 935 0246133935 ofreya ebejo so na afi bronya yi ene so etumi adi abom afi enso Bempi catering services say eye no ayi kase pa no Bempi ona eye na nsa no aduane bo pa mayo no ye aduane no
94.1
so enimo ndi omo hu ni ono anka Bempi so kra nya agro lumba wu ye Bempi na ye drinks awodo akwa wo nyina omne se Bempi nsa enka so Bempi oye ayi kase ne dwuma kase nkwa da bi obede ne kra no paso oye cake de ma wo obeye e de ama say oye word engagement adoring me de bia na wodie na pese Bempi e de de ma wo bronya brei
Ezra 94.1
na pese Bempi e de pese fridge me de ma wo ye no ma so be ne kama e de ama e ma no muntumi nya daje na aduane no munya hoho a momfra Bempi obeye de amo na monsomotumi da hoho no owo asafo post office ho ena obehu Bempi friend was 0244 245936 0244 2459
Ezra 94.1.
So I Ezra 94.1 FM and of course Ezra TV. Me doing this Mike. You made know Ghana at the Sabeja for transfer no pay. My mama kwaba na in komo and mentally and fat more course no. But me fat before we end the show. There has been enough a lot of discussions. Mejo so adin channel a day everyone. Mira
Ezra 94.1 at
Kumasi. Development consultant and of course a vice president candidate for 2024 Ghana's general election. You know kwaba?
Ya media.
Bia bako there.
Ya miadu.
Afisha panso.
I think come to ye. Afisha say na ye ko ye nim chance na Ghana so ko na nim chen. Baby ye ginai.
I believe that.
Ezra 94.1
House of
Kumasi.
I believe. I believe pa microphone no straight no me. Na afi okasa no mai. Manage straight. As what yam. Wait just 2 minutes per. John Kuma ira ko ware. As a man for mama me the pictures na. I see mama pictures no John Kuma ire ai mama million.
Ezra
94.1 na sia so ko
at
abena me di animu a. Na sia so de me se omo abofra no wo gina ha we gina ha o say oh Mike we am so mama so be gina ha. Wo John Kuma yere na the late John Kuma na yere na akware oh na the late John Kuma me nua pani John Kuma wo nie oh na yere akware na Ghana for kan wase mi bere mama you know ekunu no yere ni
Ezra 94.1 at Kumasi
wo de wo yesiru ni mama mrem John Kuma yere so ya kan ni mama mrem no se be ma wu a mre be na wase na yere wa.
In fact, asema wakan I me da say wo hyase no. Ai wo ka say
Ezra 94.1 at
Kumasi. John Kuma yere ya kan ni na John Kuma yeso ya kan ni. One placing within that cultural contest na. Na wo ka bi ka obey mistake.
Exactly.
Because culture bia na tribe bia wo system of marriage and system of inheritance.
Exactly.
On say oba ye ayia ye frafrala ya northern
94.1
yeah once a year your patrilineal yeah system yeah patrilineal system of inheritance and secondly yeah no your marriage no ewu entwa marriage
okay
so ahu de metre no just say ya ware ba abusua no mu a waka so ahu de metre no enti se wukunu wu a oda so wo abusua no
Ezra 94.1 at
abusua responsibility see ebehwa enti ne se wo bia akora no a wawo amanipa na wa yedan wawu no wa ho de metre no enti ya marriage no anya till death do us apart dabi enti ya waro na se ka wo 16-year-old girl no wa mompa na okunu wu at that time it means for the rest of your life no be spending no okunu fie ho so wa ho de metre no
Ezra 94.1
system of marriage now. There is nothing like me kuna wu masakwa kwari. Wa hu de metre no. Se wo go by your culture na ye ni bibi se me kuna wu me kwa kwari. But oba akande no mu a. Be ma no wu a. Se be ma no wu a aware no. Emi se ye timi busa se whether se
Ezra 94.1
na se obeja aware. Omukro mu ye wede no kura na yetimi ka se ye kosi ani ayi ring no na cha se formally ye kira se dissolve marriage no ye dissolve marriage ne dia wo ho kwan so bokwa akware
okay
so aho de me kire no nti agina wan hwe cultural contest na obey mistake na se si aso so mo sa aware a won se nkwada no ya na emfiri be ma na busua mu
Ezra 94.1
yeah nti no wo ba na wo ba aware no nkwada na firi wo abusua mu nti akwese onan ba akosi wo abusua mu e na onan ba akosi okunu fie wa ho de me kire no nti because of that culture nti no obohu ai tetefo no a che Jekofo se matie ne da o ma ne ma me profa oh me maame ne mama say na wo mu na no che important thing say mo maame mo hwa mo maame but ye la ne de
mo ntisa
ye ntisa so aho de me kire no
ara say Muslims kura no say o ware na ukunu ewu a oba no 4 months after 4 months no obetimi akware
onim Islam no the entire men per se me de religion Christianity and Islam no a religion.
Yeah.
Religion no intimate replace culture.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is a difference between culture and religion. But the meme can hear culture. Oba na warewa we part of be mo na busua. Won ka wa busua ho biem.
Won ka wa busua ho ka be ma na busua ho.
Yeah, wo ka be mo na busua ho. Owu a ukunu abusua na besie. Ombesi osu wo mu ho.
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
Wone ya mo abusua biem.
Okay.
Wa ho de mecha no. But akamfo de ne de. O ware a ase o mana wo wo mu kura wo de ko wo abusua mu. Nti o mu firi o maame kurom. Wa ho de mecha no. Nti given mo culture no. Se be ma ne wu a kire se aware no aba wieye. Ana meboa. So almost I word as Christian here. Almost there be as till that 2 years apart. Yeah, na wo free from. We are your friend no ko ya word and cross till that 2 years apart. As a won't wa mamrase. Okay. Nti wo bon say wo kunu be wu no wo da so tia ware ara.
Nti omunie so the ewo onifa so no.
Bia the only a year man croford. The only a year man croford can say omanya be man post bia. Na John Kumawu ya na
Ezra 94.1
an indication say obehwe no na ebia we John Kuma ehu nipa wa ho de mekire no
ana say bi kwa na wadi kan ai oba no
ya normal bebre because they say
yeah yes bi on the camp no baby ana o
ebia no adman no
say bia na say former MPP be kan say onyalumba yere odobrunia
tie bia na ebia no bo ha na obi yire ya se kroma ya tie obi yire kra yo bibna won say the modern society no a corrupt system no bebre o to bo so bo yire kra no a o say me yire but na
right
okay me that enti me hu anything wrong with it say after 1 year obe move on and after all when ni our na gu but ka ya frafra waria opa ofra omo mo ye godness
94.1 Edu Kumasi
ya frafra waria ko da so ka wa da so ware ni kunu na wawu no yes anete
because we say busa on aboko sikro do say MPs no kwa ya no mota akosra oba no they check on oba na busu afọ they check on oba no na at certain point in time so no we say sane man free mu a ma woni pa no so kwa hu say we are lonely
Ezra 94.1
Edu Kumasi Tom ayi Bahama bibi Mahama Adamsi say me krom ni Bolga enye true MPP sensemu ya na ya de acid ekohwe acid go ne so which means say owuye as a matter to the cause of MPP and MPP by power recently as a black rasta call interview
Ezra 94.1
after Kumasi just as obi amfi no that is the reality of our modern society
obi adwene ho
obi adwene no
mame nko adum ba wu ho
adum show you obi akra no obefre oba nkra busa ne say oho te say but o ware wie ye de bia muntimi impose search as
okay adum boss afishapa na ho ye de
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi
John Dramani Mahama wabu mana masisi no NDC no said the Euro Jonoza Black Atre na ye mabunu yegu MPP party no na so ndua bo man
you know say mabunu begu MPP party
wo ma ponti mabunu say yegu MPP party no because omo no we share the omo to opposition ekro mo si ekra na e obvious say yegu MPP party no
I see
say UP na be ba ya hwe ya
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi
I see but who free just so I'm not news no time were you surprised?
Yeah, surprised, Papa.
Oh, sir.
Today the can I mention with you for no phone na.
MC mama me, we mama na. Na ye panikasi be.
Aye dwumadi so. Na me fan check kase mo drone free. The Augustus na.
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
NDC wo. Enfama union NDC phone na NDC man na. Obama joso so a. Aye joso constituency executive members na Ayura chama mo atindi animu no. Ma menche o mo ne party phone na. Me fan check kase mo dru in free bunu aba wade na de kana Jerry Asante MC awo ejuso enfama watie fo no ahwefo na wadaro
Ezra 94.1
Sunday we na ye akoside kase twatro eye yingina ya de ngina His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene Her Excellency Professor Jane na opoku agema ebeba bi di ade kase ye wo santemem na sabi yeso yakoye santifo ya yifra santemem yi ni ba bi akode Yura Adaroma oba eba betai nachi yesre
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi
Yura beba be dia de kese no no ba all the ministers no most of the ministers MMDC ne appointee for nyina no we are expected to be there na ya support yewura ama de kese na ide akoso sanse say bi yesom on say yewura otikokko so de nana me bo di an mama me muso yewura de oyo hene ye hira wo hene nti ne beko ade kese na se ne akuhira wo hene
Ezra 94.1
from ama santiman say afi edi animu no say de enoma fa etwa mu e wa afi 2025 no de ekọ 2026 no santiman mu nananom adaroma onbeboa ma no makoso ama santiman ti anopedie se me nchia kakra se me mechia no
na mbusa o se o te se yonkuma yira ware no so for mama ware no ye mo se pa so so for mama o ntimi ni
Ezra 94.1
e ko tunu so no ye
nua on se de na me papa yidi kan kan tribe bia wo ekwa mo faso a omo ye omo nyoma na maame no ye santini na okwa santini no so de efre bibi afishada idi afishada wi a oba no ewo opportunity say otimi efa be makofra na say opeso otena
Ezra 94.1 adum
and opeso ofa be makofra so a sabi oni problem and na hwe maame no so a na on sheda enyini bebri sa amro so say wontimi nware but the chire ma adwen pa ne say de wi na maame no si ni jonkuma te ho yewura John so obehwe video bi kura ne nam security tama yewura jonkuma free mo ye na yi no ohwe de wi maame no esi sunye
ni tributo already here
ene ne mane abusua maame na abusua ne ade na wo hwe ekwan maame no short time sabi wantimi antena se mfie mienu miensa na anum kura ma ni kunu no kura sabi ne kra no nya bai papa ensi ansa no because ye nyina nim say sabi yewura dwonkuma yare ene de ne kwa asama enye ono ane natural death
Ezra 94.1
adum kakrampo atwen say sabi Johnny anameka no na mfiri ma no na emu na mfiri makoma mu ba de maame na ye ndie omo ya tiase say Johnny no woka no adwusu constituency ne adwusufo nyina de sabi ye hunu say maame no say na okasa na ye tra na ye tra
so okwo warranty
ye tra
no twen akosi 10 years kwa so
94.1
I am not against awale
yeah
but
timing
bla me no say me no wo we and as said the only
amamre kire sen 1 year me bo
amamre kire 1 year
after 1 year no
utie me limobi me nkan kwa kire me na ye de meto ona na ye utumfo asanteman aboafo hene na fe na twene bo ba wu abo
Ezra 94.1
sabi na ne we no odi shemu se ne yere ebe ware foforo awo na chi abe occupy na japade de a se ne yere ware foforo na japade na odi ama na yiri na abusua nya japade ni gina na me no ka sei ne yere onware foforo
asa what deny ne yere no from certain fundamental human right or something
sabi papa obi sha no
94.1
obi nim ensenkaye course en ne yere so ate ase o wate ase ba yewura dwonkuma de no megiri se ama wirim ne ya ante so se ba wirim se de me na nan de na e ba wirim no but the king nan se sabi oyaw e wo ho se de nam papa kan e bi Adams Mahama empanifo amfo mani anim oba na chi anko he
Ezra 94.1 adum
kumase enemia maame no jete be na eni ho de be mia wo ya ukuru no jete be na eni ho a maame no betimi de mia wo ya ukuru no sabi ukuru wiye wanya wo nsapan sansasa o
exactly
yenim ne ma ukuru utie me mani abre yenim maame no mo nka che maame ne say dumba wa me say yenim ne ma
94.1
sabi obefom ya oje ne ma japade
o ka fun ye dia no me close to the family and John Wu ye minim omo amokodo na so a okọ onwe a do na so asphalt plant ho no ne machines and so nyina John Wu ye ade abusuafo ye manage ye pa ne say John Wu ye a omo transfer so omo buka omo wie nyina no omo ma na nche
Ezra
and omo che ne japade no nyina ntino machines no na ho no within the space of 1 month no
na omo che
na baby ade also ba na be fa kwan ade nyina no ma che nyina omo antwe ho man so bia
what transpired between maame no any John akwala ba ko bi minim se me bondi abehu ne fa ne Prince
I know Prince pa
what transpired between them maame no ma Prince yanwaka mienu asamiensa what transpired between
I don't know
anytime me kira wo say
I don't know
anytime me kira wo say
I don't know
oya hukuru ya de dwete na mia na dwete no so maame no dwete no jonkuma ja maame no
inti
na no nya ensem nya ensem bia na betimi aka wo car wo tu free nkran ya soja fo car ho obede sa no ma de ko nkran no wote gusi ke adam nya ha kwa me nka no kra uti se asemba ne se wa
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi
dia ba dia na maame no dia soja fo free nkran ba ya obefa ya wode ko ye na ye dai why we ngina awie ye nka hwe nkyerɛ wo why we ngina awie o ejapade ne nsase a John jama wo nkran ngina nte se no wo pese o kyerɛ se bi John konti no se be ma ofro na be di sa no ma we ngina ya ma se bi ye ma yenu ano ma no se bi ya munya akoma kakra mfa ma odo
Ezra 94.1 Edu
Kumasi me do se bi odo nsa bonkum ni fa ngina abese se ejapade ngina akogu nkran
abusuafo nyanka sa
na sa asema me ka me mo evidence sa asem ye timi nkan kwachi ni pa chase a ka na chi asem bebre
Ezra 94.1 FM Ezra TV within this mic I just no free or ye aid the ma I just so MCE and Emra not yet because the music Christo body the day na e be ring the amaku no ye wi anka tim ko ware nti ye see wi well any national issues home come the issue of NNPP lithium deal and extensively any akwasi kunadu edi ho enkomo
Ezra 94.1
other issues minya mamo ye opesa o touch bi ana afi ye nkoya nim me shase wo azongo ho sinia me ntio any and then the way no so any of the issues be a person o touch bi
I lithium deal no I remember there say eba
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi
na me betra ha metaka so what share resources we ya Ghana gold ya na number 60 the largest producer of gold in the world oba bauxite ya da number 11 na so still na no ehia ye wa ho de meche no na ya no bebusa say ye mo resources na ya de no in Africa, you're mineral rich.
Ezra 94.1 Edu
Kumasi in terms of continents in now Africa na the poorest. So that's a question mark. Inti obi ka chem sentina Africa map no. Also show the shape na it is a question mark. So Madagascar na ya full stop na. Chassis no. Inti the African map itself no is shaped
Ezra
like a question mark.
94.1
It's a big question to us. Na onim say ya de bia meka say insanse ya ka no kra wo cha asore dem ene nkramo dem so ahu bena mebu no say insanse nipa nya bia kura wi a okura bia no kra beka no okura bible re kura na wontimi nkasa no kra no na 2015 me ko Holland na mintimu say 7th March here beer festival wo krom ho na me university professors bi na nam ye corner me cast but me who bibini bia wa but me nim say Ghanaians so kura dodo na wa also they are all in they work like so how the way I was use description no as a mani anye so how akwaso omu ko de dwuma nko na omu ye to omu pia ma dwuma ye kwatena ase a chese ase bia ne koso otu za na nkrofo heavy nti me shada busa ba question say na ya bibifo no omu hu ya sign na Africans. And also, they don't hate the color black. Suaho. Was no. We don't hate the color black. Say color antina me hate nipano. But we are only overwhelmed by your foolishness. Suaho. And the fact, we are overwhelmed by your foolishness. And the fact that you prefer to live as comfortable slaves. So I see. Suaho. We no catch him say, what you see? So mono brony white, ekura bobo. Na ya Africa kura gold aho. And they here so are building narratives around the bobo no. So bobo we free ha, bobo we say, bobo we bia ya kopikini Israel, bobo we say, obo is Africa need the gold no be mano. No aje bobo no. Was narratives keke no build there fa ho. But Africa no exchange the gold no. No de aje ne bobo no. The American nyina kwa kwesi say, she say sa minerals ya discover nya over the years ni nyina no ye mineral wealth ni nyina akwa akodi multinationals so aho na wo ka se wo kan o so ye need the capital so aho to invest ye need the equipment ye need expertise
exactly
wonim se sa no man ntina kwa me nkroma m ko hye scholarship secretariat ene ya se Ghana Scholarship Authority as a dia no say expertise a yɛnni no monhyɛ aseɛ mfa scholarship nya dan ɛma abibifoɔ no mo nkɔkɔ sua saa nɔɔma no bi sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ ase yɛhia saa expertise no wɔ ha na sɛ yɛnni bi a yɛde scholarship ama nkurɔfoɔ akɔsua na ɔmde aba ha de saa nimdeɛ no ayɛ dɛn aba abɛboa yɛ but asɛ since colonial era no say mineral bi a be discover biara no saa colonial agreement framework na da ho no an ye de ye adwuma na obeka say lithium yi ntu pa che say because me hwe ye no ye say as overall no saa investment a se bi abrofo ekodi omu nsem yi omba be ye nyina ye say $200 million dollars was saying one Ghana corruption ye say ye bia no corruption swallow $3 billion
yeah
yeboa
yeah
when him say ye kan budget no bibia ni wa me de mani call ya ne say one issue ayi raise ye ayi ato force in raise say between 2020 to 2025 August was it sika ye landa eko amenone enkoa through sa import declaration forms no aye $31 billion sa sika we timi sa chekire another Ghana wa ho de me kire no and national service the allegations here by yes ghost ayi say no nko ano e be $50 million ana meboa ya ka se be shi national cathedral nya $400 million ya budget enti ano de ya bo yensem na $200 million $200 million worth of investment into ba hwa won say Ghanaian bia ni ho a onu ayi gold mining large scale gold mining company ewo krom ha after 65 years of independence or so 67 years so Ghanaian ni bia ni ho a large scale gold mining bia has to be owned by the multinationals yentimi nton koso sa nti yesi ya be ya research dia countries bu ho kra o mo se nationalize ya de wa ho se Burkina Faso be bi o mo ko na bibia medwen a mente ase ne se ase de o ma boye ayi bi se mo de se ya na monye wonim se Botswana recently wonim o mo major mineral pa Botswana de bo mo ho dwa diamond ba wonim se enam se wo multinational ne se oh ya de ye jaimu wa ho de me kire no ye jaimu no and the Botswana government say 15% na ye de no wo mu no ye ba be scaling it up ako 85%. Why na IMF no World Bank abom say wunnim na say u scaling up ko 85%. Ewa wa mineral resource no. O ya sha yam fam wa bi anya dan. Amwa. So it tells you that say in Sabi kura bibim. Onum say Zambia Copperfield. Omo ton ma ai amrofi bia $25 million. $25 million no. And omo ba beje ye abrofo no beje ye no. Omo antua sika no upfront o omo je within 1 year no man make a profit of $75 million and omo t $25 million in a day munji musika so how dey make no what ton ade na ma no to aho what ton ma no say $25 million wono no je ye wantua wo ka o na ono de ayedwuma anya $75 million na ono ate $25 million in the amount and there's a brony way ka say we don't hate the skin black but we are overwhelmed by their foolishness. And the fact that they prefer to live as comfortable slaves are. Not just say, and no one on the dear pan say, you do na Bruni, boy, Abusia IMF for $3 million, bra. For Azikaya Yaki. Shanasia gold board, Yakasia set up gold board into you say, Yam, my gold and quite outside. Look at an unqua the Adia Breyer. After Yakaya reserves na so, a bar broswama within 6 months of crano. Look at Tor. Near Cassia Tono $21 million. I foreigners yan and Cababeto. But a year new person ya managing director whereby. So within 6 months as 7 months, we generate a ton of $22 million, we generate $21 million, which means say the mass anchor for 1 1. And Casa $22 million, commodity within 1 year, Ebanyam Faswabro, so no Matiamaya. Yeah. And so Akase, we don't hate the color black, but we are overwhelmed by their foolishness. And the fact that they prefer to live as comfortable slaves are. And to a case, I'm a dream one, I'm say, Bruni way, can I need the whole pass here, Kwanka Casa and same way. But be a kakra no correct. Yeah. And you know, Osha, the air cosono, shall say any large scale gold mining company sign agreement. A dear catcher woman say, I 20% of my gold production. With the amount Toma, ye gold board, not just 80% in a year day, na aircon sɛ ya yɛ sika na ɛfiri ha no mu a ɛsa akɔ aminone akɔye omukuro yie na nka waka sɛ ka ne nyinaa wɔ ha ɛna ya yɛ sa process yɛ gold yɛ tu oil wɔ ha yɛ ntimi refine yɛ oil no yɛ oil refinery ndeɛ saa sɛ yɛgu no enti yɛ wɔ noma bebree wɔ hɔ no mu aka Africa ha ka yɛhia sɛ obi di sika bebree yɛ na ya na yɛ kase akɔ IMF 17 times no ya na mebusa sɛ IMF kwa mkroma sɛ wankɔ IMF da wonim deɛ but tu ni 1966 no sɛ na me sɛ na February of sɛn onu sɛ by July and new government ni invited IMF ne World Bank so omumram nti anytime bia obo sɛ yɛ de ayɛ ho sɛ akyekyere yɛ ho de hyɛ saa nkrofo no ase no na kyɛ sɛ yɛ hyehyɛ mmara bi ama yɛ ɛnu kwa sɛ ɔman ne yɛyɛ ohia kora yɛ hyehyɛ nti Africa there is what we call poverty industry so wa ho de mekyerɛ no nti poverty na nkasa no ɛyɛ industry in order to buy as cheap na your problem say $200 million but one of why you say I'm for say no there be yamamu scale up mo share in sa diamond mining ayi na nkomo ka so mo vote for 500 million kwa kwesi national cathedral dia nka ye bebo yensem amomu enti meme de say nkomrew enko hio me hu de enti aya ankasa me that has always been my position because he was got and now you all the expertise
okay
machinery so no sebi o we sika obekwa ko import de aba enti no ka meme de ka going forward no say ya research de new minerals bia no a anaso oil concession bia ye be discover bia no ka na yanke kambom na ka Ghanaians own shares wom na yem float no stock exchange na kyɛ sɛ mfaso ba Ghana for hɔ sɛ de MTN ne float yɛ me mo ha no mo akakra bi a meto mo ha tore bi am da mo a mo sɛ bibi aba beto me fon so wa ho de me kyerɛ no ka yanya ne float na Ghanaians nya dan obi ade no 1 cedi kwa ohia for Ghana nyina ka yɛ sika bomu a ɛyɛ sika ka sika pa
right hi Ezra 94.1 FM Ezra TV you go so din komo the rest of the panelists are supposed to join from the camp of NPP omo enya enuha Adum lithium deal MPP for some almost share kura last year October November na almost percent commotion no mo pass the bill no na fi no mutimi be was 10%. Jina pone kosi kura du mo share 10% then this for say da ye ntiase 10 nisa ne enkomra na mo ko ba ya mo de ha ko ba 5 almost I withdraw mon ko yam yes am come na mo ko ba ya muso afi dey 5 to 7%. We say me ko ton car na ma say Mike 100,000 Ghana say ade yisa wo so wat me akwa ton aba o je so akwa ton a wo ba ya say 50 Ghana. Why are you doing this to this country?
Sir Mike,
when aban we dey na mo dey see
aban no de ma me ncha na me che wati fu na Excellency John Dramani mama sabi ono won fa bi BNC o man no wo he ne second come ya oba ya oba baji ne din dimpa na ade ato ho on say sabi ye nuano man before no ya na etobre bi a lo and behold and to we should be all be honest to ourselves ya na etobre bi a omo e call ya mo say omo ye bukulon but I don't know me ya hu say nkata no say enkrofo no mo kan mo ntiase dabi revenue no 5% who move di akọ 10% a sabi impedus asen ka oman ka sabi watum kura man ka oman ye benya emfaso bebre but the whole thing na say oye mineral and mining act na act 2006 na me person ka me read kakra loyalty side ho no we say a holder where minerals and mining act 2006 was it 2006 and omdi kan no mo amend no 2010 ti me kan 2006 we are no kan 2010 no hu de ye aban ye pese ye ya ebebo atimamfo pacho wadaroma was say the holder of a mining lease restricted mining lease or a small scale mining license shall pay royalties that may be prescribed in the respect of mineral obtained from its mining operation to the republic, except that the rate of a royalty shall not be more than 6% and not less than 3% of a total revenue of mineral obtained by the holder. In this case, the holder will be the company. Over 2010, as amended in 2010, no, was say royalties. Was it the holder of a mining lease, restricted mining lease, or a small scale mining lease shall pay royalties in respect of a mineral obtained from its mining operation to the Republic at a rate of 5% of a total revenue earned from the mineral obtained by the holder. So this is what the law says. And now, no person you 10. So say a person you free, you free 10, you free 5 no, equal 10 now. We need to amend the law. It's simple.
And I'm amended. It
has not.
No, but the law says that the minister has been given the privilege to negotiate.
I don't know
the NPP tenure of office, they negotiated for 10%. Of which now the argument is that they are about 5%, no, because the mineral or no, a buono. But come on, Manusi and Kame, person me crave. Once I me the free baby kusi baby. Enti, sa at 2006. A specify amount of earn a bit mienya. Across the crown from 6%. Above from crown 3%. And at the same amendment now, yes, I'm a loss now, yeah, at na amend in 2010. And also say, you bet me a J up to 5%. And to say, Embra Quemunin to say, Papa Muno. So, per se, 10% now. You need to amend this law. It's simple as that. And so, Besha. A committee chair, lands and natural resources. You reckon that was say we are resubmitting the and we are yes I resubmitted amend the court parliament. Yeah, the qua parliamentarians ni ko bobo ho na say we can take from 6% to 12%. Into your no say cry pa bit ma 11, a bit ma 10, a bit ma 9. You bit imagine 12 no. Enti adentina based on the minister they now no there or the coin run no there. The minister proposed or sent 5%. And now the category is to say from 5 to 6 you can move to 6 or move to 7
to 8. And
by the time you get to 2 now no price no. The minority no akwa declare omono ekwa accept 10. So at the same time within 1 year you are coming to tell the whole Ghana say na 5%.
But with the point of correction, we are not saying say 5%.
No, say
who can categorize it to 2%? It be a bit my 9, a bit my so
depending on when a price no cost.
And you know you're thinking and say let's resubmit the report to Parliament and let's make the law very straight. As simple as that. Yeah, Fanco Parliament. Yeah, as it stands, the law no just say at amending 2010 just say we are holding only 5%. And it's how they call Parliament. Na Parliament na sa akotena so asa bobo ho e dia 10 and now 12 now open now. You need to state the 5 because that is what is in the law. Na me just MPP for no 77 president. I am say book law no nkrofo no mo nhyɛ dan table book wase papa. So the idea na ekwa you need to present what is in the law. Wakodru wa wie no na parliamentarians no they just do the renegotiation no ma bobo ho then the floor of the parliament no the say the floor of the parliament no they are the representative of the peoples. Entimi meti hai say ejoso MP ana say Afano Southeast MP yenu Yakubu ekotena ho na Yakubu ka say ana say yenu kwabna bo ateme kwa ka say yenye 9% a that's it me nishi ameka and yeah the amlano kwa parliament in there we cannot go and state what we want.
Okay.
Enti MP before no sebi predecessor and you omo ye na omo de call 10% no omo ye unlawfully
what sense?
The minister
has the right to negotiate.
The minister have the right to negotiate,
and he negotiated for 10%.
But the minister,
what is wrong with it?
But the minister cannot go the minister cannot do something ebe hete amamra no. Nipacho. See our Ashanti regional minister. So kwan say obeka say ebia free tepa ebe kumase ebia obeka say me ma asrafo akojejejejina kwam but ebia na mla no em akwan sa ebia sika bi o wa obetima ka say oh ebia sa sika we aban de ba no common fund sika aban no common fund na chechechechechem sika no de emfa nyina so we minister untimi entrance nya de wo pe but they follow jurisdiction ubetimi aye ho adwuma enti minister no he has the power to renegotiate, but he doesn't have the power more than the constitution as amended in 2010.
Thank you.
It's constitution.
Okay, so let's go for a very quick commercial break. Yebesaya Abba na Abetuan Command. So hi Ezra TV, Ezra 94.1 FM. Then this mic Yebasisia. TV. Ego so din komo afi na MBP for no. Dimrika bewure mu opposition kura na mu late munyanya 1 year kura opposition. Ambenya 2 years aye dey na ese say na dey be say nya sia wi. Jimmy Boachi ansa. Akwa ba Jimmy.
Yes, a mic.
Bibia boko there.
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
Once your friend one day was it to me sorry now say when they kakra wo home kwan de ba dia was here ba.
Okay. So nkomo doso edikan hyase dada don kuma ira wa do fra man fo ntiase ese ade na ja ba me hwe
Ezra 94.1
na jami hawa nanka ayeden the issue of lithium deal mo campaign say ko to bomb pa this week boss right champion against Kenya Japan campaign kwa say I say
o menye so say what to
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
At times no the depth of the knowledge and nipa
okay
what you say the bia me say we a leader at times you try as much as possible say you will be an all-round person. We hear the media to
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
I believe say baby awako biya ne question biya ibisan biya. He's been fair and justice to the comments. I mean, in chair with T4, I'm on Majibre, I'm on radio, and you almost saw more share on TV. Yambo Mabaso say, and name him no pay.
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
Among some of the interviews I will grant you, one of the statements I had trended has to do with Kennedy, Japan, and the bitterness against some group of people within our party. And the response that he gave was that
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
So, and baby, your party na kwa kudru ene. Aye kwa kuyo kendifo as a flag bearer. Franketufo mana bedia mayuku neni mano. Se all my personal emotions and then maybe eba jumedi na yedi nimina one way or the other. Ebe affect you negatively.
Ezra 94.1 Edum Kumasi.
Nobody has been taxed or made responsible. Say, say Mike or a member of a Kuiji. I was a Mimishman and near the edge. Bibian say anyone.
Okay.
What I say. But once you avail yourself, say you want to take up a position, you want to take up a responsibility within the same
Ezra
party.
94.1 Edum Kumasi.
The true colors. Oko Metro TV, you are too much beside the question be. The question had to do with some of the members of parliament or sponsor our in the eastern region. I need the Omudi Ramamud Baumiachi. What you say? They came to him for support. He sponsored
Ezra
them to
94.1
they are giving their support to a different candidate. Amu believe no. Okay, now or come anababisi to say within the eastern region, any other regions are or they and certain members of parliament. And they deeply say the choice will be person will make
Ezra 94.1
control over
Edum
it.
Kumasi.
Untumin kasa members of parliament we or bomunti chinchinia mumbidin the chiwabra or prefranketufo. They have made their decisions to support a different candidate. And nothing also no say apart from these members of parliament, about 15 or so declare support a different candidate.
Ezra 94.1
Edum polling station for no one more. A masses no more to a and as much as I say these MPs are taking decisions say support no. And yet this MPs so can on conform to the EBT a form for no polling station for no. And yet the MPs neka and mobiti
Ezra 94.1
reference being say this same MPC I come once a declare support ya it created the assumption say because of support omo declare them a certain candidate bi ntino omo nkofo omo show mass in the constituency a polling station executives the coordinators for be call in the same direction no chere say enya no kre
Ezra 94.1
who MP no kra who call primary secretary be stand as a parliamentary candidate who premise who call him polling station for no enya 100%. So it clearly shows to say you don't have that automatic control over the polling station.
Exactly.
People. Me will be people in my constituency. Dr. Stephen Amor and I am member of parliament and I'm a boy. What is all kind of premise?
Ezra
No support
94.1 Edu Kumasi.
But and we support Dr. Brandon Champon. Also support Ira Kennedy in Japan. I have my principles, I have my values, and I believe say the best person representing my principles and my values is Dr. Brandon Champon. Your party no baby akbabe jina no ye hia obia obetumi din kabomaba and see a kan kabomo there is no
Ezra
way as a nipa mi when you wo mu ntem na obi pese o yan kabomo a nipa no betumi akogina ba kochida enne abaye koto 2024 afi mu eni oti ase ko yinuanom Dr. Mahmoud Bawumiankofo yibi they will tell you point blank say no you rakede de Japan kan obi ntino molusu aba. And clearly, yeah, you call radio.
Ezra 94.1
and our reference as my era Kennedy Japan kind within an internal party issue. And no, there's nothing that you can say about it. You make what you say, but the history in an say, and ne baby I be doing, you hear be odin kabumba. You be a wakukudru.
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
Ubia akuku duro ne kuta no no obetimi ne ndisi fo ne esi ani anya kasa keke because after 4 years ayenya no ndisi fo abeta so yenyanim se mampani maama ontumi mbebie.
Okay,
so we need a formidable, a courageous candidate obetimi di niema toto akom. And Dr. Brandon Chapo, he's a businessman.
Ezra 94.1
what you say businessman we work academia any business no work boom a combination of the two. Ohwede ponyankopon oye na de onye ne ko de bia ohwe Israel for abakosem a de bia no oyi nsankyerani bibi oda bibi de kyerem kyere se munyese
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
a person polling station electoral coordinators constituency region and national for omuhunu the direction a o person or the party continue yakoye balloting no the Dr. Brandon Champon at number 2 ubien won mo be nkaboma na me nua me papa no me papa ne me brei se bibi o mo ntem na mpese mesiesie a
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
sem se o mo finfin
so dem finfin
na maso winsa na maye nkabom. And the Dr. Brandon Champon at the number 2 on the ballot.
Okay.
It's a perfect example.
Say,
man no a unifier.
I see.
Ubia or the inkabum mapa.
Okay.
Eba.
I
mean, Dr. John Kuma.
Yes, just in
a brief
2 minutes.
Ezra 94.1 Edu
Kumasi.
Okay.
Uye papa ebeka. Uye boni ebede ebeka. But ye papa. Na stella man fonka. And mum na ye. Senke idwamai no boy ya. Nke ne aba abontin. Nke be super ne ye pa. Be we nya adwamai. After a year and about 9 months. Oye nipa. O feelings.
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
Say ombo adwamai. Die esene fatam waye. Yen yeti abontin na ye hu ne ye kasa. Ebi kura na de papa bo no.
I understand some people are more just so are preparing to have a press conference on this issue.
They're useless. Oh, I worry.
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
What you say? Ah, auntie, the obi biano. Myself was a cotona pala. Incubi bia. They say crave bia by now more animal. I also could spend Dusika. Aqua press conference. Inclusive. No cre. Was here can say, we are some yet yes, a dear back when I was you.
Ezra 94.1 Edu Kumasi.
Said ne, Unihonoma, will be better now. Ebia be take time, Ebia enche. Did you be a year on ne yin ye, the jedimpa, send a bear ye kaiwa,
whatever ye.
Very good. Because John Kuma na ubuni di obabi ya. Tin ho asam.
O sepe o yira sepe ni ye.
What ase?
Be be sepe yira ma ba kwa be be akra ho nyoba na kono.
What ase? Ngwala oni oba na be wa wi. Juma obeye ma Ghana wa ye wi. Juma obeye ma Ejuso wa ye wi. Yakobon fa na currency that's.
Ma me nko adum ba wa ho. Na afi Dr. Mrem na chief nso Mrem. Adum kino for reactor. Ena afi NPP primaries. Mintiwe kino for reactor
Ezra 94.1
this idea parody lawyers into extradition and that means a court and then there are so many processes I was go through the determination the laws no I even has also have a link with the laws I wo say we a crime we a crime
Ezra
and now the attorney general parody lawyers. Competent and skillful lawyers are on me to charge any MPP the SCC mo
Wararoma send ye nimi no
kabum be 6 minutes
6 minutes on to the wa chama me 33 said be ya meet matashi all the topics we are now wa chama
25
into the wa chama me Mr. Taking of right at the
okay
into
Ezra 94.1
any doctor any Jimmy e dey be na be ba ombe se omana ewumiye mamu biem ba bia ye wo ye atete ye mamu biem na sabi omana mu afon ye nti America ba na se ko diva ban jeme fa me kura mi wasie me ho e dey na beba o se ya trafidie so aka
Ezra 94.1 Kumasi
former president Nana Akufo-Addo wagu MPP na sa egu omana na sa egu omana na faso asa egu MPP afaso eno ma mienu you see and now sabi Nana Akufo-Addo sa mess ya mani komi na nam krofrata sa su na ya Nana Akufo-Addo sabi achenko no blemu panyino
Ezra 94.1
enyo mo be ye tikase na wi adwena ntima anwe adweno e be wi achenchen ebi na ama ofuriata ho ayayi na ade na beba wo ye omampanyi wankasa wo MPs mako 88 yesi olumai wo fa se oforiata odna be she oforiata no omomode yini free ho Nana Akufo se da bi in fact MPs no kura no mudi ani mu sa yes yes press conference no kura no up to date am no kasa Nana Akufo-Addo sa tue sika man krofo ma ye tu safo ni nyina fra konya so primaries otu omamu wo ye finance wo di finance minister 8 good years wo di finance minister wie ena omana transia hwehwe nsemu ne ehunu se ese sa SML deal ene sa deal makomienu bi e ka ho no opanyi bra na bebu ho akonta na se bransenfo ba komienu bi ho ne emusa wo oforeta se da bi ese wode no wade krata akoma America aban se Ghana man no aye wo na o free ha obedi minister 8 years no o ma Ghana biem so wu kura na America aban enye da ensie no ne hu guzo gunkra
or the America
or the America
Ezra 94.1 Kumasi
e pese ka bate e kan enye
and right
ensembi wo ha e pese e kan enye ye oforiata o say yedi ka se Nana Akufo-Addo man no wa boni trimu poni na nkrofo say oni na sabi abusua kakra bi say achimfo kakra bi no aha me ka menye tribal because Nana Akufo-Addo bet na so no sabi achimfo kakra bi no
Ezra 94.1
because achimfo kakra bi a eyi minu ajimi otu eni boss ka ho bre champo ka ho Mbacho Mr. Odema
me need evidence of achimfo in another conquest government
omo family no staff allow me to talk David
commentary ne dia and you free
Ezra 94.1
I used to say
na busu ka krabi no say we say ya
no abraham talk na na do busu ani what are you saying what are you saying
so say no be dey ngna between the same
yeah una go boni di be and I reference me
Nana Akufo-Addo no na bam ne say bi achimfo no krofo ka krabi o mo twa no wahia
okay
maybe know what you are talking about
Brian
Brian Kwuni
See make submission.
Omunti efi tamampo.
See make submission no mo me kasa dia.
But don't make bogo submission.
Sale.
Say be achieve for kakra bi na kufa do na fo ne abuso kakra bi na say bi omo bo omo tiri mu person be wi omo
What are
sika.
you talking about?
Na yewura bra champ ka. Na yewura kede. Oh,
Ezra
doctor dia ma me kasa.
94.1.
I didn't tell me you film. Enya
You know what I'm saying now over to two.
eh bra champ na na kufa do omo ka bo man ko mbeto nto my hotel ama no.
Yeah,
When I'm saying it with authority.
I want you fan.
Ekodru stage a ye botu gui. Obi anim enti ma me nkasa.
Why about to go here?
Enti so for real
Allow him.
No,
Let him
if he wants to
Ezra
come with that tangent,
94.1.
okay.
you
are
given a microphone to speak through.
so ma me nkasa dia e no so nkasa o.
Threat to.
O ma me nkasa no nkasa.
You want me?
God hanim say one nim say hotels or mine hotels na na kufa do e fa kana na say nkode ma bra champ.
Oba na nim dia na oba beka.
One nim. Anya kana na de ntina nkoso. Enti ofori atade no dia me ne mu say e serious
Ezra
issue a.
94.1.
You are Attorney General Bekasa. Me e ka me nko adum wa me metie ya. Enka Attorney General ene ne empanifo no. Attorney General so parody lawyers at the same 13 lawyers ya. Omo so nim dia omutrima bo bill. A omo kwa akofisi no. Na bre na say ye wuro ofori ata no ye timi de ne beduru o man Ghana nimu a. According to me source kra no. Ye say o sabi true one no ba.
94.1.
True one no ba. Apply kra for permanent residency ni ade na wa America ho. Ba me hu ne say o man Ghana no sabi yemra no to me bi a enkrofo bi etimi eye enyoma bi ema emra no mu etimi ye ha because ofori ata ba be ko nyina special prosecutor now we are aware when timi put any measures in place what many pana
Ezra 94.1.
special prosecutor pen be bi ntra na AG Attorney General any asem na chimo on no
1 minute on an MPP because time na so.
Oh,
what time na dia so?
say Jimmy Sheda say
Oni bibia oka.
MPP primaries no dia me dia me hu ne say sabi ni papa nipa owo capacity a sabi obetimi amache
Ezra 94.1. Edu Kumasi.
omo start omo person be na kwanya oh say me nya campaign mu bia but they know me person me campaign ama candidate
me ne me team for ye nim dia opese woka we ni wa dwenem
oh me mo me dia me hu ne say obi obetimi amache yewura kakra bi no wono no ye ebia osaye wadutwum.
Okay.
Ezra 94.1. Edu
Omo parody omo nyina. Dr. Baumia kra de omo bom hu muso Dr. Baumia ba 2014 MPP fo nya makonya so.
I see.
Because man no e kam ye fra bibi e kam. Omo pre nkonya nyina e kam a wo omo ho no. Ye wura bran champion obi wo no. Ye wura Kennedy ne kam esoso papa. Yewura Dr. Babu Bamia kra de ne kam no kra de se omunim no mo bomodin se de MPP party mpanimfo no aye o madwen se former appointees ne mpanimfo na aye o madwen se kan ne ken o mo de eye Baumia na be show mo kon a o mo start a top to down approach no de a
Okay.
ye ndis fo no de sabi campaign no nya se ye nye o by ye campaign na make sure say 65 to 70% de ye candidate ye ne be president no at the flag bearership race no obewi ni dia ma NDC
Me da se.
na say ye nim pacho utie me de manu si no na say o man ye nim na ekoye mistake na ekofa sa akwesi basa sha de for we sa de ba bie mu dia irrespective of the candidate no o man no o man no in the ditch because they have been tried and tested especially Dr. Baumia Yewura Kennedy Yewura they have all been tried and tested one ebinum kra senka ebinum kra na tio nya obi na beka say abana ye beto 2024 no omu lusu kra they are not going to hand over bracha for kind what is omu lusu power poa they will give the power to the NDC
and they lost
that's a man no where they
and they lost and they handed over me da se
no ye dey wa bam it is say ye mana kwenya no be president
for atane NPP
chaos on the be boy
in fact MPP they sympathize a lot. Yeah, MPP sympathize a lot with MPP because I say, we share a democratic arrangement now. Opposition generally nice one.
Ezra 94.1. Edu Kumasi.
That they sympathize with MPP a lot. And say, MPP started with serious branding. A branding party na ma party ni be yes intellectual party. with the class, with what. Now, I'm said throughout 1992, Fourth Republic. In fact,
Ezra 94.1
even Ofori Atta within the circles of MPP. I don't know, say, I stand to be corrected. I doubt whether even were a member of MPP. But what I do know is say MPP were opposition no. Na party finances no. So I'm kind of cry. Say you see we are all interconnected. Say
Ezra 94.1
party finances no. Na Akufo-Addo family members na manage. So I dey make no. Party finances no. Say John Moa general secretary or Bichi be lamp na se for no. Na party finances na dey na Akufo-Addo family na manage. And at a point I say Governor Japan mo ba be take you over.
Ezra 94.1
bank here Kumasi. As a Boabura na Prudential Bank. Okay say omo de ayi bi ba I the new party executives and say omo de cut 2 million Ghana cedis. Governor Japan mo ka say omo de omo nim hoshi. Because no question even the locals of Kenoforiata. So when
Ezra 94.1
and the way a man and the I'm sympathize with MPP a lot and say Akufo-Addo Kenoforiata image no. I say it will forever haunt them. Now how to exercise sa Akufo-Addo for realism no. Na omasa rebrand party no. It's quite a difficult challenge. Na before then I Akufo-Addo okay so mo free I Governor Japan mo take over no. Na 89 Ghana cedis na the MPP account. We are sure say Obakai. Obi a no way closer to the party catch me and send actually Governor Japan be confirm me. Inti clearly no. O share I once somebody can catch us Akufo-Addo ba here no. Na equate say it's a democratic coup d'etat to establish a family hegemony. Other than that no, what do family member be finance minister? There is already that conflict. So one would you mention? One way you be who honor obeka kura na akoya busuasem. So and that person will feel so president here. Say there is that thing no. Nti yempenimfo no ya na omu wanyansa po bi aya na mu omu kase. One way ye na se djuma kura bi na urane na de wabusuafo be hihya wa way djuma na nya dan. Nti before then no oba no. Me kai say deep throat sources minimum within MPP circles bi omka say Kenoforiata no na owo obotan deal bi e wo ho no mu a na ayeseka ye prosecute no but that time Akufo-Addo so be ye tran jana no na nipa ne ba ye no omo advice say he shouldn't be made a finance minister but the moment omo ye na finance minister na ko eti say odo obehwe national cathedral edifice yesi ho ya ho na say finance minister kaso o ye de Jerusalem oba Ghana me say me prefer Ghana to Jerusalem because honjo director me sure say ka was Israel say na see the ho city no da bi obete ye she o the Palestinians intime kura dem fi say Nyankopon ahira ya Ghana ha no mo che wo mu because me de me timu no I was me proud of her no
exactly
me proud of the obitio to go and import a stone from Israel say me the Bible see national cathedral na $58 million. There is no way obeka and then you to no so no anti-certificate no and then you to know access to sa social media enti no and then you to know you hunsa no mo ye enlighten chair ye because ye those days no ye hwe GTV the obeka na to yetim ade be traditional media or the headline ba na to yetim but this time no the obeye bia eda ho and yes say otumu say immediately after Akufo-Addo no wo hwe Bawumia campaign sia na mu odin pa. And I think, sir, Ushemua, Ama Kenoforiata no, says Yana say, for the first time, for the finance minister, what Ghana could do, Obi Maiso. I feel was a member. In fact, Kamiaka, Macassa, and answer MPP for bit my advice now. Kuamra, because I over 100 MPs in the Casa, Nanko Muin, say, because Omu Hudi and Ekosu. Okay. Omonkasa site is a conflict of interest. Into say, that Ayino Kuano of Retadian, it campaigned against MPP. Okay. So I heard mention no. Until the image wasn't good. But ko ye na ko sa ba ye be clear no ho a. On case womba. Yeah, so on case womba. No. The iron why indicate so much. No, Adiboha, you don't need who say there's a communication.
Yeah, they don't tell us that you
Communication.
don't come.
Me call Legon. Me call Institute of Education, Adult Education.
Okay.
Omo catch you say communication na yeka no. I 1%, 5% pen na verbal. 95% no enya verbal. So I non-verbal. Nti nipa no verbal no one can say you.
Okay.
But non-verbal no 75%. So say clearly say we dwane. Which is not good for even MPP. And me assure say Oba ha no assemble those lawyers in our pen one. And me assure say Oba has so because a former finance minister and they would have treated him with some dignity. We are there
Yeah.
So because the sad thing is it is being used against MPP a lot. But Oba omo primary see so omo primary see once me last me catch you say nanka me manya nanka omo stabilize MPP ni wie. Etime MPP ni china ho. Rebranding MPP ni year corrective measures we and sana komo call into sa primary. But it start here. I say wait too man nti sa Kennedy ne sa you know say Baumiano clearly what mu say we and be win flag bearer the other camp na be very difficult because me nyasho say abronye be kwa camp yama
ebi mo say Kennedy Kennedy winia no Baumiano winia sai bi mo ka say end be ye
me ubusa me ya
say bi ana
nipa obetimi agina ho criticize previous government no one no obetimi appeal more to Ghanaians and no share Kennedy na no say oh me I wasn't even part of the government
exactly
nti 2022 na kra no started to man wo mo
okay
so aho nti
I'm corner me that say thank you so much yamre no call but almost aba they have to get a take Dr. Watch it down quiet lecturer. The university no say nyame adoma within the next 30 days school for baby no na ya sister school ni din from Apenten everything Akenten appear Minka University of Entrepreneurial Skills and Development Studies no say parliament mrano am ye free ho tito time the next time we ever have say next year no na me introduce no from the same campus but a different name akwaba
but Sir John Mr. me the bibi Mr. Mike me the bibi twam wa onim say ya hanom ya the university e dey to obidin a yetimi ye no man tintin but okọ the rest of the world na say be say Abraham Lincoln University say Lincoln University nti ko ye apia menka University just say
apia no kra no mo mpem apia no kra no tan kra sa apia na edikan no
yo say Mark me do wase me chia no pe no ma chia ba tie for sorry say my ballet kakra won say
ne kakra ballet ba
ye rap up the year nti ma na dwuma na bebre
afra
asema me static me kakitu e bia free baby na when dey yen a political party that does not have vision that no art political party tena wokasa na mete ku adu ba tena se a political party win vision eni ama we ene wo ye banka political party die nka wadwuma ne say you ensure say your citizenry in your bread and butter. Who change university dia and the bread and butter ba.
Ezra
and the housing ba. What you say? Why change university mean say di enra anadwo. Abra wo MPs. Wo no MPs on MPs kura no wo no kura no we need the rightful number na betimi a pass. Omo sate mashai. Omo mashai na sate ye. Hwepo na sate frefre omo di mi kasa. I don't want us to be hypothetical, but the fact and the realities are that a political party, a vision, we know resorted to. Change what can I say on Penikufu see Jubilee House? On Penikufu, no song that is Jubilee House, and this is by changing the call Flagstaff House. A chain and confu 2 or more, as I be a Jubilee House. What I say? See, we will ban opportunity. I don't know, we will be bad opportunity. Wo ba de na tuni din I don't know we ba de na opportunity
aso mo se wi ni ba nyina mo na chance
we ne ba mo se de yan nya sa na ye kam nya ne ye kam
the man no
political party we ni vision that's how or art nti em fa ni so we mi hu nya me Mike the tie ne say topic na de ba
yes Ezra 94.1
me ba no me tie say na me nua do ba we ka say the minister na why na we ni right na the minerals and the mining arts 703 kind of clearly section 5 clearly states the powers of the minister and what the minister can
Ezra
do.
94.1.
Nti obi abetena fidie so ana obi akogina baabi na ogina na ototo abasa na minister ntimi yesi minister yesi ya wontimi wonim de waka. The Minerals and Mining Act 703 no I can categorically in section 5. Let me read to you for your power of minister to grant mineral rights.
94.1.
What is subject to subsection 4 and 5, the minister on behalf of the president and on recommendation of the commission, Minerals Commission, may negotiate, minister, may negotiate, grant, revoke, suspend, or renew mineral rights in accordance with this act. And then the minister in the house.
Oh, some minister negotiate.
And the someone do work can.
Okay, minister the powers of negotiating.
Tamani yeka 10% no.
All this way is the minister that negotiated.
Tamani yeka 10% no. We see MPP as a book loan here ya de na ehu de you say de ndin yo. Here and na eka na ha no. Emra na eka. Adamant me basa na mitie ba.
And ye be a farmer so.
E fa waso achi. Sana no ototo abo no ko park ne so. Adum jai. You can. And the fact of the matter is say Abujinapo, say Abujinapo, Lands Minister, Abujinapo Baden. He did a right for 10% in it. Royalty, 10% royalty. Sasa near the end, which is what the end, which will be a 10%. But the carried interest right, what do I say? Carried interest right, that is the profit accruing from woman production, the Benyano. Why are we giving concession to the price movement? Say price from a price cost price easy. In any case, economics is very big hedging. You hedge commodity, you hedge prices. Why can't they hedge? Macron says will be an opportunity to be the minister. Mike, and just say we are far better than you more. It doesn't mean say we win you. Sure. Change an opportunity no one. Will be some of them in Kuradi are not just opposing this mineral art with the financial administration art. These two documents must match together. So we can't use boom. As I was Ghana interest. We cannot use this one alone. Indeed, the fact and the matter is, MPP did rights, negotiated for 10%. NDC by almost 5%. No go to negotiate. No more matches for more. Some of the sanity. Yet to a mem had that. Ama okuje to abrakwa asofo toni ade we so okodi adanse ama foreign company ama abebo Ghana ka mebwa yentu o mem ha okodi adanse ama foreign company na wono meji Ghana sika nko judgment debt wo meji nko Ezra ade when ye 2017 ye hu okuje to abrakwa ne wanya gas ye foreign affairs minister talete okay enti kwa no se say amfa kwan no se anka wo dan dia
yeah o say kwan
right talete so enti si yesua de a ya ye ma the populace no ye mom the right information we can say na to be say minister na anya de ni but moment NDC for na anya de no ma anya de ni when ni pa ben ye 10% ni 5% to ho se kofamu ba konye ka wutua wo ye benefit awogie
but they spoke on other benefits like the community support mubenya
ni nyina we nyina wa bugina podi ni
yes but no na
corporate social responsibility ni nyina wo
na that is saying
in fact
I requested for the full document yesterday
yes
Kabore promises of the obesende they are back but when to me I'm fine at the time and I'm a so from Monday you get a full document.
Oh, you beat him up.
And then
development describe everything.
But I think that was submitted with Enra.
Enra, yes, from our research.
So
the new one.
The new one and on I person in Yana.
Now, the no more draw.
They withdrew because of this comment they come back.
The as a rational human being economics, you free be rationality, rational human being. Economics, we believe that every human being is a rational human being because you think say price. Yeah. No, you're unfortunate. Economics. Economists, if you think that every human being is a rational human being, so because the price of the commodity costs you buy less, and if it goes down, you buy more. That's a rationality. What I see. Jane a rational human being because at the end me benya benefit of 10%, but me quantity that 5%.
But also they were talking about. They were also talking about say the tone. Okay, the world market price keeps on.
But so when the Bujina Poba then was negotiating the market price, they didn't consider it.
Well, Doc, TV, we will travel for a quick commercial break. Radio will continue, but the issue of NPP, primaries, for reactor, the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, primaries.
The posture and the kind of leadership and omulibuna. You best rom. Omunya very careful. Because as a beer musi chebian and yes papa. You know when this is for and your minus or winsome ayen akakabin sem nyachum sem because it's almost 2 tests in parliament. But yeah, more Matthias, yes, and amuwa bemu. Echina na wunia bemu a wo bayeden e bechero. Uwe the Domahama first coming na. No mbe change electoral commission logo. Mbe change health insurance logo. Mbe change logo bibiri. Na de na wan nyina ne say sa logo yo mu change nyina no wo be hwe sika etachire ne akentapia me kan yo mu so ma change ni ko hwe sika o mu twa to ho no ma o mu de ba be change of name keke and then engola do what next na primary school for tena so no and ye dia ma nipa bakope the whole Ghana enti wo kotobabi na wo so hia do what next ewo ubesi school a ati say ye do what next ni wo sirim ye di free sirim atwam wo kumase e dia bra wo kotobabi. That is the current state we find ourselves today. Eyemi de say one ka say the make an enye no kore be waja tum say no kore na mum nipa na Ghana ni. That is the state we find ourselves. Nti amemu no mu bu no ye be sro mo o mon kasa ntwetwe ne man to ho de bia me kasa azemu yi say research na mo ye no munye ni yi na e bia sa research na ye mo na ye de mbafam that's
Medas pa senior 1 minute na dog so de wa wi na aka de him wa wi nti mo wi na na ye birthday o ya we and na ye Isham Al-Hassan presidential staffer in charge of operations
deputy regional minister I go for depot
yes so Isham Al-Hassan Bosu and your birthday is a presidential staffer in charge of operations in Ashanti region regional organizer for the NDC and then the birthday and I understand say or your part on the field and then so we are or declared intention say obe contest a regional position again in the Ashanti region. So Isham, happy birthday to you, Isham Al-Hassan. Now on your case. Right, Junior, just official comment
when the Isham Yamano happy birthday because me no na ye call came 2010 at Mills appointee as government appointees came Hanumonti. Mama who say my bread. I'm
not far from right. So
that was only some
that was one prominent said your mama about power also and they were happy with my output and to hear this assembly system I say me this planning this assembly system 30% you know ya political parties activists near Vancogu. You say you criticize our position, I will more winning the express. No, Omudo winning the idea. Aquabua. Intimate, Yadame Cohonomono. Some mini party be a card. Swaho, Omu whom party be a second. But I was appointed, I was appointed solely because that time I was running. Look at this, the Tasmido project where, as your brainchild said, you want to bring transformation. And when they came there, they were. Oh, Untino, Yamre Biana Tessa position, Yakasa.
Thank you.
Jim Akodi Dabi.
Thank you. Menam Asepa. Come, Namia, Domwa, what's now? Ruben, I'm a Kunkom flyer, no. What's now? Kunkom air clean up side. The final one.
Yaman, happy birthday.
Yes.
Yaman Hona.
We a Buakwa clean up exercise. A Buakwa clean up exercise. A Koso. A Buakwa and Sunyame. And I also the cook comes out Mumra. I'm a supporter now on a massive clean up for December Christmas. No nafi into me Mwa I don't know. Happy birthday and call Emma Evelyn Asantewa Michael Atta and I wish you happy birthday. What's any power? I'm Zediniano. Michael so happy birthday. Afi Nana Kwame Afrane Okese. Nana Kwame Afrane Okese, today is your birthday. Nana, happy birthday to you. Age gracefully. I mean, I believe you are done. MCR, the servants of Mame Eba. Na Bompire. Jimmy, oh, Bibi, and let you go.
Na Okunko Dina Samo Yasen. The Kudian Kwan if you know Kunkomo. Bibi General Secretary Penny if you know Kunko.
Say, dear, Kunkomo,
there be Kunko na Bakupe. Mamunsen, Justin from Ponkodia, MPP General Secretary.
That's in your bush.
And I'm going to say, Nipo Bakupen, a man of that accolade. What I say, Justin from Ponkodia, JFK.
No,
yeah, or no new Kunkum. Yeah, and my mom, and young Pentit, Mubiane.
No, Jeff, come down. No.
I know Ukumukom, the Bukum. I bring you. Ukumukom Nama. Why?
Okay, so we are done. I just saw MC Michiano. My man, I'm going to next year. Contact Catchy. You Professor Moncancha, the pa, send this year. Oh, my man, catch and send this year. Contact Catchy.
Obakachi.
No, Professor.
There be so to.
I don't know for some one.
Uti. The whole thing now say there was a no Janepa. Intiano de Yafan Kunko. Na was Okumukom, baby. Yeah, Okum the party, no Okum the party, no come away no become Masankom. Mobile party, what the party na opposition was Okum. All right. What the party na opposition was Okum.